just want to make sure that we on live on YouTube. You can go see if we're on live on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody in the chat though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we good. Yep, we Gucci. Just like that. Yeah.
It's a little lag.
It's I think it's like that. It's latency because like.
Yeah, it's live, but it's not live.
Yeah.
Now, can we turn it up though,
Like, what you mean?
so we can hear what they when they talk?
You got a speaker that we connect to, so everybody can hear.
I'm talking about so they can hear on the chat.
They hear it. They can hear it. Hold on, wait. Let me see. Let me see real quick.
It is the YNW Melly Verdict party. Get your popcorn ready. Did y'all eat? Get your breakfast ready. Scramble your eggs. Get your beers out. Get your beers out.
Let's play like a song.
Get your beers out. No song for the copyright infringement. No. Get your beers out. Get your whiskey out. I just want to say, we are here, the YNW Melly Verdict party. We're here, baby. We're here. We've been waiting 5 years for this shit. This is like the Super Bowl of. This is like the O.J. Simpson. It doesn't get no crazier than this, man. Like, we're here. Is he guilty? Is he guilty? Do you want justice for Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie? Do you want justice for Sack Chaser or YNW Juvie? YNW Melly Party, we lit. Get your beers out. Get y'all beers out. The party is about to go down. I got the fellas coming through. We got chicken wings. We got everything, man. We're about to really see what's really about to happen. See, my thing is, it's not that I don't think he did it. I know the nigga did it.
It's different when you know the nigga did it.
I know the nigga did it. It's just like, it's about can they prove if he did it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of holes in this shit. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. Wow. Like, it's a lot of holes in this shit. It all depends on where the jury goes with it. Now, I have an insider. I can't speak on my insider. It's 3 black women on the jury. It's 3 black women on the jury. It's 2 older black women, and it's a younger black lady. I can't speak on my sources, but just know when you hear from me, it's legit. It's a younger black girl on the jury. Listen to me. Is she a fan? Could she be a fan? No, no, this is real.
Yeah. I mean,
She could be a fan.
yeah, but then like, yeah, it's not like, to me, bro. I'm not rooting for no nigga that killed his friend, but bro, shit,
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like, if you did it, go to hell, bro. If you did it, man, look, man, we're gonna get into that later. It's a lot to talk about today. I just thankful for y'all coming on this live for the YNW Melly Verdict party. It's my first time going live on YouTube, and it's lit, man. Everybody's on the tip of their chair. Everybody is everybody just wants to know, like, what's the result gonna be? You know, you got a lot of fans who thinks he's not guilty, and then you got people who feel like,
oh nah,
he did it, and he is a snake, and they need to get justice for Juvie and Sack Chaser. Like I said before, all 12 of them have to agree on it. All 12 of them have to agree on it. There are 3 black women on the jury. You run with that. However you want to run with that, you run with that. I'm just letting y'all know common knowledge. There is a young black girl on the jury. That's big to me. That's big to me. They said, make your screen bigger. Cotton live on YouTube, it hit different. Hey man, I really just appreciate y'all, man. This live is lit. 10 a.m., 11 a.m., depending on where you at. The car raffle is tonight. You can go on my IG story. Yeah, man, I miss Mo 3, man. I miss Mo 3. He was super passionate. You don't really meet too many passionate rappers these days. I miss Mo 3, man. Make your screen bigger, bro.
It look regular. Like, look.
I think they think it's too small. You see how it's small? Like, just make it a little bigger.
Yeah. But you want the camera a little smaller?
Yeah.
Alright.
How do y'all feel though? Y'all talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know how y'all feel. What do y'all think happened? And what do y'all think the verdict is gonna be? It's 2 totally different questions. I'm sorry. What do y'all think the verdict is gonna be? Do y'all think they're gonna find him guilty, or he's gonna walk away, free man, scotch free, and then Bortland's gonna have to go to trial in October? I can't see. What do y'all think is gonna happen? So whatever I pull up on my channel, they see, right?
Yeah, like whatever you pull up on your screen, they see right now. So.
Ooh. Can you go outside and get it? Food outside. Let's see. YNW Melly. Because there's nothing really active as of now. The raffle is today, man. I just hope whoever wins the raffle, they deserve it. YNW Melly Party. How do I make a poll? How do I make a poll? How do I make a poll on on the chat? Yeah, man. Praise out to Gilly the Kid. I know his son, and his son was a good dude. His son was a real good dude. Praise out to Gilly, man. Gilly has really been on a crazy run with $1 million worth of game, and it's just some hating ass niggas in this world. So rest in peace to Cheese. We posted him a few times. Real good kid. And prayers out to him. So with the Tay Savage interview, y'all wanted me to interview Tay Savage. Y'all wanted me to dig deep into his story, and y'all wanted me to ask him about the alleged murders that the murders he were accused of. Y'all wanted me to ask him about the Seth situation. Y'all wanted me to ask him about allegedly standing over Seth and shooting her. Y'all wanted me to ask about the Neef situation. Y'all wanted me to ask about all the different things that occurred in that 2013 era of his life. I asked him that stuff. That's what the fans wanted. And then now I'm getting backlash because y'all feel like I was being a cop, or I was getting him to y'all feel like I was being the cop, and I'm only giving y'all what y'all want. You know, y'all wanted that interview. I delivered. The interview gets crazier, but I don't know what y'all want me to say. Tay Savage, he's dope though. I feel like he could be one of them guys. He has that story. He's from that respected place. I feel like he could be one of them dudes, but Why are you so slow on dropping interviews? You gotta let them circulate a little bit.
You want a post or text bar, right?
Yeah. But on the live though, it's supposed to be in the chat. Put that on.
Here you go. Start a Q&A.
Start a poll. To be honest, this is just my opinion on this whole situation. I'm gonna give it to y'all raw. I honestly think, and I want you to hear me out on this. I honestly think YNW Melly's gonna get off.
And why is?
I just feel like it's too many holes in it. It's too many holes.
I mean,
it's too many. It's like I said before. We know he did it.
we don't know the motive though. Like,
You don't.
why he? I mean, we don't know if they've been doing something to him this whole time, snaking him, and he just finally took it out on them. They probably had plans on doing something to him. So, shit, what if he just stood on 10, like had the self-defense? Like, I don't know.
I just don't. Man. And then all 12 of them have to say that. All 12 of them have to say that he's guilty. I just feel like it's gonna be a hung jury. Or I feel like I just really feel like he's gonna walk, man.
And he's fighting the death penalty, right?
He's fighting the death penalty. But if the verdict is guilty, then 8 out of the 12 people have to vote the death penalty. So 8 of the 12. I feel like there's enough evidence. It's just too many holes, man. It's too many holes. But on the flip side of that, the jury can't, if they don't choose anything today, all weekend long, they can't have their phones or anything. They got to stay in the hotel. No phones, no internet, no nothing.
Wait, so like for what? Like what is that? That's like to get a genuine opinion out of them, or
Yeah, so they can't go on the
can't see
internet.
the media,
They can't call one of their friends and try to seek answers. Like, so that's why a lot of people feel like today the verdict's going to be, because they don't want to go. They want, they want to spend their weekend and live their life.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Jeez, that's crazy. Have you ever been selected for jury duty?
yeah, one time, but one way I finessed myself out of it.
Yeah,
But it's kind of like you kind of got to do that shit. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
no, I'm saying I think the nigga did the shit. I really think the nigga did the shit. I'm just saying a lot of people, George Zimmerman, Casey Anthony, all that shit was in Florida. All of us thought that they were gonna be guilty. Turned out they weren't, because there's so many questions, there's so many holes, there's so many unanswered things, there's so many what ifs, there's so many things that aren't black and white. Like, did Bortland get out the car because he was tired and they switched seats and Bortland ended up in the back seat? That's what I'm saying. Like, it was somebody else in the car too. Melly wasn't the only one in the car. Did they stop on the side of the road and switch seats?
Yeah.
I think the motherfucker did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying there's so many. I'm putting myself in a jury situation. Did you go down there and get it? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think the nigga did it. Don't get it fucked up. It's not about if he didn't do it or did do it. It's about, can they prove if he did it? And I don't think they have that. Now the prosecutor did a damn good job yesterday in the closing. All right, hold on. Here come the judge. But it's about, do they have that? They don't have that. So you got. They don't have that. They don't have that. They got that. Okay. They got that. I see what you're saying, but they don't got that. Motherfucker, he did it. They don't have that. And that's where I'm going with y'all. They don't have the stand, they don't have it, and that's what makes me like, he can squeeze out of this shit. If he did it, and they get him guilty, take his ass to jail. I don't like snakes or rats. Take his ass to jail. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot of holes in it. This really 50-50.
Yeah, I want the kids too, because if they did have him, you right, they would have grabbed him by the shirt, put him against the wall, and we got you. They don't got nothing on this. All right.
Everybody saying make my camera gun. And then it's just like the last witness clearly lying. It's just a lie. Then they said the door was open. When they did the drive-by shooting, the fake drive-by shooting, whoever opened the door, whoever was in that back seat, opened up the door to make the door was open while they did the drive-by shooting. And it's like it hit a certain part of the car that's not supposed to. It's just a lot of weird shit, man. It's just a lot of weird shit. Someone could have leaned in through Melly's window. But if that's the case, I can't argue that. See, it's little shit like that. Sean, do you think the judge was fair? I think the judge was so unbiased. He was listening to everybody out. He wasn't too harsh. He was really loose. Sometimes he was pro defense, but for the most part, the nigga didn't the judge look like he wanted to go to sleep the whole time? The nigga looked like he didn't want to be there for real. Didn't he look tired? The judge was looking tired as shit. Allegedly. Let me say the whole thing allegedly, because I don't want YNW Melly mom already hate me. So I'm gonna just say allegedly. But didn't the judge look sleepy the whole time though? The nigga looked like he did not want to be there for real. The judge, he just didn't look like he wanted to be there for real. I think the judge was real fair, though. I think this was a damn good battle. I thought the defense was going to come harder towards the end. I was like, damn, that's it? That's all y'all coming with? The defense did have no experts. Now the state's experts nailed it. You couldn't even really argue with them. Like, even if you didn't know what the hell was going on, like if you were just ignorant with and just didn't have no knowledge with the state's experts, they were just so confident. Everything the defense asked them, it was just like they always had a rebuttal. This was a hell of a battle. I have no respect for snakes. I have no respect for snakes. If you killed your friends, if he really did do it, I hope he goes to jail. I have no respect for snakes. None. If he really did do it, I hope he goes to jail. Like man, don't get me started. Don't get me started, man. I see all these people, man. Don't get me started. Like I said, rest in peace to Sack and Juvie. Nobody. Man, I'm just lost for words, man. Like, nobody's thinking about their parents. Nobody's thinking about their mother. Nobody's thinking about the family that lost their 2 children trying to chase a goal and got killed by being loyal. Everybody's thinking about Melly coming home and Melly making new music and making money off Melly. Everybody's in this shit for self-gain. If he did this shit, if he did it, if he gets found guilty, I hope he goes to jail. I hope he goes to prison forever. I don't even want him to have the death penalty. I want him to be in prison till he's 100. I have no respect for snakes. None. Treat snakes how y'all treat rats. The same way y'all treat 6ix9ine, treat snakes the same way. You fight your homies, you fight your family, you don't kill them. And if you feel like he was going to be killed, separate yourself from him. I don't have no respect for snakes. I don't give a fuck how rich these niggas is, and that's y'all problem. Y'all fuck with niggas based off how much money they got and what they could do for y'all. And I'm not scared to say it. I ain't scared to say it. And if he get out of jail and don't fuck with me, so be it. I already interviewed him anyways. Everybody fuck with everybody for what they could do for them. No matter what niggas have done, anything. Y'all fuck with niggas based off what they got and not who they are. So if he did do it, burn him. If he didn't do it, let him walk free. YNW Melly Party. Log on. We here, baby. We've been waiting on this for 5 years. We're here. We're here! Portland's realer than me. I would have folded 5 years ago. I would have ratted 5 years ago. Portland realer than me. That's what's wrong with y'all street, man.
Yeah. So you would have I would have snitched too. Like if my homie killing my homies, snitch.
My homies killing my homies, and then you want me to cover it up for you?
No good. Oh God, I don't know no more.
Y'all niggas better than me. That's why I don't want to be a street nigga. I don't want to be I don't want to be a street nigga. I don't want to do that. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want that on my soul. I don't want no parts of that. Then what's up with the chat? just stop. Oh.
They talking about you 12.
They've been calling me 12 since 2012.
And it's like, I feel like some of these niggas just typing it because like it sound good staying in 10 till you actually gotta stay in 10. So I ain't been in that situation to where
I won't put myself in that
yeah,
position.
I'm not even
In
trying
that
to put
situation.
myself. Yeah, like what? That's how you play smarter. How you can put yourself in there.
Lil J, you seen the Lil J footage?
Oh, hey, Jay.
Lil J, why you lie to me like that, dog? Yo,
God, you said, dog, I gotta go to
Lil J, bruh. Come like Lil J, bruh. Why? Lil J, dog. Why you do that, man? Like, why you do that, Lil J?
And where's all this footage coming from? Like, and then these niggas get say cheese interviews in jail when they do something. That's crazy. Stand on the wall. State your name and your ID.
Lil J, why you do that to us, man? Why you lie on national television like that? Like, it hit different when you lie on national television. Like, why you lie on national television like that, dog? And then it's like the bloodbath dude was keeping, I don't know if he went on YouTube, the bloodbath dude was the dude who said that Lil J was in there messing with transmissions.
Like, he was the first one to come out and say that?
He was the first dude. If you go look it up on YouTube, it's the dude named Bloodbath. That dude, it was respectable. Like, he wasn't talking down on Lil J. He was just like, watch out, dude hot. Like, why you lie on national television, bro? To my face, bro. Like, Lil J, I've been knowing you for years, bro. Like, I'm not about to judge you, nigga. You was better off doing a little while. Coming out, switching it over, and being the first gay super drill nigga. You was better off being a little while than coming out lying to a nigga. Now you got people questioning my interviews. Are they credible? You got people, you know what I mean? I think we may have a Finesse 2 Times interview on the way. His crew just reached out and want to do an interview. I'm down to do it. He did threaten me like 4 months ago, but who doesn't threaten me?
This bloodbath with the 3 tattoo on his head?
Yeah, that's him. But I want to do it. I want to interview Finesse 2 Times. Never had a problem with him. He got out of prison and was just on. He was just on full throttle mode. Yeah, he got out of jail and was just on full throttle mode, but I think it would be cool. Yeah, I don't take any money for interviews anymore. Yo, it's crazy. One time I was supposed to go interview FBG Duck, and I just feel like the nigga was gonna rob me, so I didn't go. I remember this had to be 2015. I just didn't have a bad feeling. I met up with Zach TV that day. I interviewed Take 600 that day, and I just didn't have a good feeling. Something just told me to go to the airport. Not saying he was gonna rob me. I just felt like something was gonna happen, like something bad was gonna happen. But I was supposed to do an interview with Duck, and I just felt like something bad. Something just told me don't go. Something told me go to the airport. Go to the airport. I was by myself. I just had my tripod, my camera, and my backpack, and it was about to be 8 p.m. And he was like, pull up. And something just told me don't go. And that was really the only time I talked to Duck for real. But outside of that, I just didn't go. I went everywhere else though. I went to the hundreds, interviewed Lil Mouse, all them TTB Nez. Went to I think what they call it, Brick City or Steve Drive. That shit was that was crazy. King Yella. I was all through there. I was all through there. Rico Reckless. I was all through Chicago. But the FBG Duck shit, something was just like, nah, chill out. You doing too much in Chicago. And I didn't go. I didn't go. Something just told me, yo, chill. You did enough interviews this week in Chicago, because I was on a crazy run in Chicago at that time. I'm talking about I'm going to Chicago, knocking out 5 interviews, interviewing Chief Keef's mom, and I'm interviewing everybody that was popping at the time. And I just didn't go. I just went to the airport. Famous Dex. Nah, I interviewed him in LA, but yeah, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes you just gotta follow your first mind. It ain't even about you being scared. It's just like you just gotta follow your gut. Like, yo.
And it ain't nothing wrong with playing it safe.
It ain't nothing wrong with playing it safe. It's just, yo, when spirit or when God or whatever you believe in, when somebody's talking to you, listen to it. Always listen to your first gut. So I just went with my first gut. And then I never got a chance to interview him again, but I've always heard great things about FBG Duck, man, and you know, I always respected what he had going on. Yeah, shout out to academics too. Like, I just want to speak on that too. Like, y'all have this thing where y'all try to pin us against each other. Academics is huge, bro. Pause. Academics is huge. Pause. Huge following. Pause. Academics is the pioneer for commentary. Like, I have no Y'all want us to beef so bad. That's what people call me messy, but people like to see competition and beefing and going back and forth and shit like that. People like to do it. I see it all the time. I see how y'all react to Aunt Glizzy and Bandman Kebo. Like, people just like being entertained. I have no beef with academics. Highly respect them. I watch his shit all the time. Every time I hop in the shower with Pause, I turn on some live streaming shit. It becomes like background music just to hear his commentary. Pause. I respect academics, but academics was never in Chicago feet on land. Feet Crocs, boots on the ground, laced up, going to war. Academics was never in the field, and he's smart for that. Academics is smart. He at the crib, drinking his little, what he be drinking? His little Hennessy, and he getting money. You don't gotta be out there like that, bro. Them are niggas who want you to crash. Y'all want academics to crash out. He's smart. If I was academics, I'd be doing the same shit. But unfortunately, I had to leave the house to build my brand. I had to leave the crib to build my brand. Academics didn't have to. That's why at the beginning I was like, man, fuck academics, because I was jealous of him. Like, man, this nigga don't gotta leave the house. He ain't street, and thinking like a dumbass, thinking like y'all niggas think. Wanting niggas to crash out. Man, this nigga ain't street, that nigga don't. Dumb shit. I respect academics, man. I'm gonna be on his podcast soon. He gonna be on mine soon. That's that, man. I have nothing but respect for any black man getting to it. Because any of y'all could have been academics, but guess what? Y'all didn't do it. It's all about action. What are you doing? Not what are you saying. What are you doing? Are you lacing up them boots every day, getting on YouTube? Are you picking up them cameras every day, creating content? Or are you just in the chat room talking like a little minion? This is what y'all look like. Y'all just typing away. Or are you working? Are you picking up a camera working? Or are you just being a little minion? That's what y'all look like. Y'all are just little minions. You gotta execute. And that's what academics did. And for that nigga's a fucking multi-millionaire. How can you hate? And this no dick riding. I'm making good money. Great money. When I talk out, my voice echo. So you know I'm doing okay. But academics, he's one of them. He just wasn't in the field. And that's okay. Fuck that going out to see y'all to interview y'all. I'm gonna sit at the crib. My cameraman's gonna go see you and we're gonna do the interview FaceTime. I don't wanna be near you and your bad germs and your bad energy and your negative thoughts. I don't wanna be around you. So that's just my respect to academics. That's just me showing love. And academics, we'll talk about it later. I don't want to do that right now, but yeah, I'm gonna be on Academics podcast soon. Rock Nation reached out to me soon earlier to get on it, and he gonna get on mine because I'm starting a podcast, and the podcast start next week.
3,000 viewers.
Free Herb too, man. You know, I don't have much to say about that. I heard he wasn't the one that was really doing the wire fraud. He was just really the nigga trying to get free shit from his friends. Like, yo, give me them shit. Yeah, give me them G Herbos. Give me them, what they call them shoes? Give me them G Fazos, man. Give me 100 pair of them Give me 100 pair of them G Fazos, man. Yo, book me a room in Cancun, man. Let me get 1,000 G Fazos. Yo, free G Fazo though. I'm a fan, bro. But yo, free G Herbo, man. But yeah, we're gonna yeah, shout out to y'all. And look, any of y'all could be where we're at, and whatever that may be. Y'all can be the next academics. Y'all could be the next say cheese, bro. It's just all about working and not talking. And yeah, shout out to Chicago. Played a big part of my career. Shout out to Detroit too. Fucked around in Detroit tough. Fucked around in St. Louis tough too. New Orleans. And then, you know, of course y'all know my Florida run. My Florida one was crazy. Hot Boy, Glock 9. Like, shout out to Florida. Florida was the funnest. Because Florida, a lot of, they rap scene like stick together. But I'm going to save a lot of this for the podcast. Because, yo, the podcast is going to be crazy. The podcast is going to be fucking crazy, bro. Like, I turned down 7 figures for a reason. The podcast is going to be crazy. I want to do it my way. I want to do the podcast my way. And then the big bag can come and we can do it. But it's going to be done my way. The podcast is going to be done my way. I don't need $1 million. I have $1 million. Damn, somebody said I'm worse than Vlad. Shit. People just the little minions, like I tell you, this minion. I'm just talking shit. Lil J help. Shout out to Lil J. Well, shout out to Lil J. Free Go Yayo. A lot of people helped me blow. Who gives a fuck? A lot of people helped me blow up, bro. A lot of people helped Say Cheese blow up. Thank you. I didn't do this on my own. That's y'all problem. Everybody wants to do it on their own. You need a team of people. Yes, King Yella's early interviews. Yes, Go Yayo, Mo3, King Yella, Yella Beezy. All these people helped me blow. Take K. Although I'm the one that made him go viral. All these people helped my brand. I didn't do this shit on my own. I'd be lying. Shout out to Indiana. Indianapolis is a crazy city. It's just y'all really never had an artist that just really just made you just want to go check out Indiana. But nobody worse than Vlad. Shout out to Vlad. I got my formula from Vlad, as you can see. Like, shout out to Vlad. Why y'all hate Vlad so much? Shout out to King Yella becoming a man. Growing up, maturing. Get a shorty interview. Baltimore don't fuck with me for some reason. Baltimore, why y'all don't like me? Let's talk about that. Well, like FYBJ man say, let's start there. Baltimore, why y'all don't fuck with me? It hit different when y'all don't fuck with me. Nah, real shit though. Baltimore, what did I ever do to y'all? It's like Baltimore has like this certain like stigma, like I never did anything to them. I always tried to reach out and interview they biggest rappers. It's like Baltimore always had this type of thing. Like, you gotta stay consistent. One day you drop, then the next day you don't. I'm about to go crazy on the interviews, man. This podcast is about to be crazy, man. Interview Fredo Bang. I'm gonna wait till after the case is over. I fuck with Fredo.
How you feel about Kodak 6ix9ine?
Damn, I'm trying to wait for the podcast, but they need each other right now. Kodak and 6ix9ine need each other.
That is good business, right?
I heard he offered him $1 million. I don't know if that's true or not, but Say Cheese would have got Martin Luther King and Malcolm X set up too. Y'all niggas say anything. You could probably interview Honeycomb Brazy. I interviewed him already. It went super crazy. Here we go. You could really just, cause the audio through there.
Yeah, but it's live. Trying to make sure stream can hear. They can see everything good. It's just I'm trying to make sure they can hear.
Glass in particular, who was hiding behind the monitor for half of his testimony and then hiding deliberately behind his dreadlocks for the rest of his testimony. I think his testimony is going to look a whole lot better on paper than it did when it was delivered. The best evidence of his testimony was captured on videotape, and the jury would be able to see it. And so we would suggest that since we're in a situation whereby the testimony has been captured on video, that the best practice in this instance would be that any testimony that is asked back will not be read back because it would be devoid of its context, but be shown. And with respect to Mr. Kelly, Officer Kelly, whose testimony won't be available until tomorrow, it would also expedite matters because I'm sure it would be a lot quicker to obtain video footage than it would be to have it typed up. My other point would be this. The request for the testimony of Mr. Glass and Kelly both came in the same question. And subsequent to that, we received a note that indicates that there may be factions that are beginning to calcify. We can only speculate as to what the jury is thinking and saying. But I think it's unequivocal that the substance of Mr. Glass's testimony favored the state. It is also unequivocal that Mr. Kelly made some concessions that essentially his analysis had defects and he really couldn't draw the conclusions that he was attempting to draw. So one can surmise that maybe that might be more favorable to the defense. If we have a jury that's now divided into factions and one side is sending for information that might support their argument, another side is sending for information that might support their argument, then I think it would be unfair if we allow one side of that faction to get their ammunition.
People want to see.
And wait another 24 hours before the other side is able
Be entertained.
to
They said I sound
meet that argument with whatever they're trying to fashion, or whatever that testimony they're using as a component of their position. So we think it would be prejudicial because we got both requests in the same questionnaire or same question, asking for the testimony of both people. And until both is available, first of all, we'd like it to be shown back as opposed to be read back. And secondly, we think that it should be done at the same time, so that both sides, assuming they're for different sides, are equipped with the ammunition they need when they go back and the deliberations continue. But we think it would be extremely prejudicial if Mr. Glass's testimony were to be read today and we tell them, wait until tomorrow before we get your papers.
Thank you. State what you be heard.
Your Honor, it's entirely speculative. The rules would conform with a readback occurring in the state. It suggests that Your Honor should stick to the rules of criminal procedure in this case.
So objecting to having some type of seeing what crime, whatever the law and crime video is, and have that played back to you. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, counsel?
Yeah, well, once we can ascertain that it's complete, then clearly it's the best evidence. There might be rules which do not contemplate the existence of video, but now that we know we have it, the court as the gatekeeper knows that it will not be an inaccurate reflection of what has occurred. As a matter of fact, it will be the best evidence of what occurred. And therefore, to use a procedural deficiency as a basis for objection, I think is an attempt to obfuscate what would be the best evidence and the truth. And I don't think the state took a position with respect to whether or not it should be read at the same time, but we would maintain that it would be prejudicial to Mr. Demons. And I know we're reading tea leaves, but because we don't know what's going on, it's all the more important that we give the jury what they asked for at the same time that they asked for it and not split it up.
Thank you. Well, counsel, respectfully, the court reporter is the person who keeps a record of the proceedings. So if they want to read back, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a read back. I understand the case was live streamed, but that's not in evidence. The court reporter can read it back. That's what the rules provide for. That's what we will do. Regarding Mr. Glass and Mr. Kelly, Mr. Glass's read back, my understanding his testimony is relatively short. It didn't take the court reporter too long to do that. She's going to read that back now. She's working on Mr. Kelly, and when that's available, she'll do Mr. Kelly as well. You're objecting, no, it's over.
Thank you, sir.
You bring the jury in? Yes, sir.
Moderation, anything goes in this month. Yeah, fuck a moderation. I don't even know what that is.
No, it's
like somebody can control what's being said and stuff.
Kinda, but like, let's say you want to do a poll, just have a moderator do that in the chat. Like they just take care of the chat basically.
Oh, okay. So I can make you the moderator.
Yeah, like when I'm at home and you streaming, I'll be the moderator in the chat.
Yo, chat, what do y'all think? Guilty or not guilty? What y'all think? Talk to me.
man. Why they keep going in and out, man?
The court?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
About the judge, yeah, court. I want to see what's going on, man.
Juries in the jury room, you wanted to supplement your positions then?
Yes, please. In lieu of them watching the testimony, which we maintain is the best alternative, to allay some of the concerns we have with respect to prejudice, we would ask that an instruction be given to the jury reminding and admonishing them that a readback cannot reflect the matters of demeanor, tone, or voice in which the testimony was given. So we ask that the jury be reminded that a readback is not a complete accounting of the testimony because it doesn't account for manner, tone, voice, and the things which they may have observed. So we ask that instruction be given.
I wonder how he feels. I wonder if he's shaking, is he sweating?
Getting or after.
And then I wonder.
There is a standard jury instruction 4.4 that covers this. That would be the state's position that that's what you're on screen.
Let me take a peek.
That's what I typically readback the standard jury.
Is the mom gonna go crazy? Like I wonder that. Like I'm looking for all the reaction of like inside the courtroom.
I do notice that that the headings of each one of these speaks to readback/playback. So I do believe the rules do contemplate a playback as opposed to a readback. Just to correct the record, because my understanding from the state was that a playback was not called for, but this proposed rule does actually mention playback.
Thank you.
Your Honor, also, this Rule 4.4 does not contemplate the issues that are concerning, particularly with respect to Mr. Glass hiding behind the monitor and behind his hair. We think that it's important that the jury be reminded that tone, manner, and comportment during testimony are also important in their assessment of credit. So we ask that not just the standard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State, any additional? Two things, counsel. Number one, my understanding of the readback, playback issue has to do with evidence. That's something that's in evidence that's going to be played back to the jury, not trying to find out something on the live stream, not in evidence to play back to the jury. I think there's a difference. That's the first thing. Second thing, regarding the witness, my recollection was you said he was hiding behind it. My understanding is you asked him, or somebody asked him a question about it, and he said he was blind in one eye. I thought that was the issue, he was blind in his left eye. But regardless, I'm sure it's in the transcript. But your objection, I'm just going to read this thing. All right? Bring the jury in.
Thank you.
Jury entering. Should we stream more? Y'all want me to go live more, stream more? Comment in the chat, yes or no. Should we stream more? It's gonna get crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Please be seated. Let the record reflect the presence of the defendant. his counsel, the assistant attorney. I have a jury inquiry form. It says request of due evidence. It states clarification. Courtney Sutherland should have been Courtney Henry. We have decided we do not need to hear this statement from the hospital. Then it goes on Trayvon Glass. We would like to have his testimony read back. Michael Kelly, we would like to have his testimony read back when available. So what I've done, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked to the court reporter, and she is able to read back the testimony of Mr. Trayvon Glass. At this time, I discussed this with the attorneys, and the court reporter is going to read that back now. As far as Michael Kelly, working on getting that done, and as soon as it's ready, we will have it read back to you, his testimony. So, Madam Court Reporter, can you read back the testimony of Mr. Trayvon Glass, please? Sure. You need to take the microphone down.
The court, call your next witness, please. Ms. Smith, Trayvon Glass. The court, are you ready, Mr. Glass? The witness, yes, sir. The court, welcome. This is our witness stand over here. Once you come to the witness stand, what I'd like you to do is remain standing and raise your right hand to be sworn. The clerk, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? The witness, I do.
I'm still new to this,
The
y'all.
clerk, state your
I'm
full
gonna
legal
get
name for the
better.
record.
I'm new to this
The
whole
witness,
streaming.
Trayvon Glass.
I don't even know what
The
I'm doing
clerk,
right now.
please spell your first and last name for the court reporter. The witness, Traveonglass. The court, please have a seat. Mr. Glass, that microphone in front of you, only adjust up or down, it doesn't move back and forth. The witness, all right. The court, so if you could scoot up close to the microphone. Ready to proceed, sir? Counsel, you may. Ms. Smith, thank you, Your Honor. Direct examination by Ms. Smith. Question, good morning, Mr. Glass. Answer, good morning. Question, I know that you are quite soft-spoken, so I'm going to need you to speak up a little louder, okay? And remember, you have to make oral responses, okay? Answer, yes. Question, how old are you? Answer, I'm 23. Question, and where are you currently living? What city? Answer, Vero Beach. Question, and have you lived there all your life? Answer, majority of it. Question, okay, you completed high school, or what was the last grade you completed? Answer, 11th. Question, all right, you're not married, correct? Answer, excuse me? Question, you're not married? Answer, no. Question, so I'm going to talk about some prior stuff before we get into why you're here today. Have you previously been convicted of a felony? Yes or no? Answer, yeah. And how many times? Answer, to my best knowledge, once. Question, if I were to show you something, would that refresh your recollection? Answer, yeah. Question, the prior judgment? Ms. Smith, Your Honor, permission to approach the witness? The court, first show counsel first, please. Ms. Smith, yes. Question, I'm going to ask you to just look at the document. Don't say anything, okay? Have you had an opportunity to review the document? You have to answer. Answer, yes. Question, all right. Is your memory refreshed as to how many convictions you have? Answer, 2. Or is that 1? I don't know shit. I see 2 charges. Question, all right. Now you currently have some pending charges in Indian River County, correct? Answer, yeah. And those are 2 charges? Answer, yeah. Question, misdemeanor resisting without violence? Answer, yeah. Question, and an obstruction of service or execution of a search warrant? Answer, yeah. Question, are those misdemeanors or felonies? Answer, I'm not sure. Question, okay, do you know what the penalty you are facing on those charges? Answer, no. Question, have you been offered probation in that case? Answer, yeah. And have you been made any promises in exchange for your testimony here today? Answer, no. Question, all right. So let's go back to October 26, 2018. What were you doing like for work? Answer, I wasn't working at all. Question, were you involved in the music business at all? Answer, kind of, sort of. Question, and how so? Answer, making beats. Question, all right, and when you were making beats, were you working with a specific group or music group or people? Answer, one person to be particular, but yeah, it was supposed to be in a group. Question, all right, let's start by saying this. What group was it? Answer, in YNW. Question, all right, and when you said one person specifically, who was that person? Answer, Judy. Question, and can you tell the members of the jury Judy's real name? Answer, Christopher Thomas. Question, and how long had you known Christopher Thomas, who you refer to as Judy? Answer, over a decade. Question, and this is back in October. And did you know somebody by the name of Anthony Williams who went by Sack Chaser? Answer, yeah. Question, and how long have you known Sack Chaser? Answer, a couple of years. Ms. Smith, permission to approach the witness with State 73. The court is in evidence. Ms. Smith, yes. The court, yes, you may proceed. By Ms. Smith. Question, Travion, I'm going to ask you to take a look at State's photograph number 4 in State 73. Do you recognize that person in State's photograph with the label marking 18-3118? Answer, I do. Question, and who is that? Answer, Anthony Williams. Question, so back on October 26, 2018, do you recall being at the New Era studio? Answer, yeah. Question, who were you with? Who were you there with? Answer, a few other people. Question, okay, was Juby and Zach there? Answer, correct. Question, all right, and do you recall around what time you guys got to the studio?
Yep.
Answer, I'm not sure when we arrived. Question, was it light or dark outside? Answer, I believe it was dark. I'm not sure. Question, all right, and what was the intention going to the studio? Answer, I believe we were supposed to have a 12-hour session. Question, all right, and that's a 12-hour recording session, right? Answer, yeah. Question, and who was the artist that was recording that night? Answer, it was everybody. Everybody was an artist in that room. Question, all right, did you guys end up staying for 12 hours? Answer, nah. Question, okay, what changed and why didn't you end up staying? Answer, to the best of my knowledge, people were sleeping, so we ended up going home because you don't sleep in the studio. Question, all right, and part of that is because studio time is paid for. Answer, paid for. Question, okay, you just said it was paid for. What was paid for? Answer, studio time. Question, so you guys had prepaid for 12 hours? Answer, correct. Question, I'll move on. How long? Well, you said that people were sleeping. Who was sleeping? Answer, everybody but me, Anthony, and Christopher. Question, was some...
Yeah, so what's going on now is they're reading the testimony of Travion Glass, the guy that came up there that said he didn't want to be seen and because he was blind or whatever. They're reading his testimony, and then they'll be reading Michael Kelly's testimony at, well, shit, I think they're doing that now. Well, next.
Someone upset that people were sleeping? Answer, I guess you could say that. Question, and who was that person? Answer, Zach. Question, and how did Zach respond? How How did Zach respond to people sleeping? Answer, he woke them up and let them know it's time to go. And how did he, question, and how did he do that? Answer, yeah, he went and woke them up, shook them up. Question, okay, so at some point you just mentioned that guys were getting ready to leave the studio. Answer, yeah. Ms. Smith, publishing state 72, publishing image number 1 in state 72. Question, Mr. Glass, can you see that photo on the screen in front of you? Answer, yes. Question, okay, and who is that person? Answer, to the best of my knowledge, Melly. Question, okay, and the person I'm referring to, what is he wearing? Answer, a jacket. Question, all right, do you recognize the person on the other side of the photograph wearing what appears to be a black shirt? Answer, kinda, sorta. Question, if you do? Answer, no, I don't.
How you do the pool?
Question, publishing image number 2. Do you recognize individuals in that photograph? Answer, 2 of 3 of them, yeah. Question, okay, so what you can do is identify them by clothing that they are wearing. Answer, Juvie, black jacket to the left, Sack in the middle, jean jacket, Tay, black jacket. Question, and Sack, is he standing or sitting? Answer, sitting. Question, and Tay, is he standing or sitting? Answer, sitting. Question, and you said Cortland was wearing a black jacket. Is he standing or sitting? Answer, who? Question, how did you refer to him? My apologies. Answer, Tay? Question, no. Answer, Juby? Question, the person wearing the black jacket, who did you identify that as? Answer, Juby is wearing a black jacket. Also, it's Tay wearing a black jacket. Question, the person wearing the black jacket who is standing up, do you recognize that individual? Answer, that's Chris. Question, okay, do you recognize the people in photograph image 3? Answer, same one you just showed, same person. Question, and who is that person? Answer, Melly. Question, the 3 images that were just shown from state 72, do you recall when those photographs were taken? Answer, same night. Question, would that be, what date would that be? Answer, 10/26. Question, of 2018? Answer, yeah. Question, what location were those photographs taken in? Answer, New Era Promotions at the studio. Question, was that the studio we just discussed that you guys were hanging out at? Answer, yeah. Ms. Smith, I'm now publishing state 7, publishing 10/26/2018, beginning at timestamp 2/17/42. Question, Mr. Glass, do you recognize the 2 individuals on the screen? Paused
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't think the verdict's coming today.
at 2/17/47. Answer, do I recognize the back of their head? Answer, yes. Do you recognize them? Answer, I just see the back of heads. Question, okay, I'm going to continue to play. Do you recognize anyone at timestamp 2/17/52? Answer, still the back of the heads. Question, do you see an individual standing next to a red vehicle? Answer, yes, that's Kobe. Question, you just said that's who? Answer, Kobe. Question, and what is Kobe's real name? Answer, that's what I know him by, Kobe. Question, all right, would anything refresh your recollection as to his legal name? Answer, I don't know. Question, if I were to show you your prior statement, would that refresh your recollection? Answer, it could. Ms. Smith, permission to approach the witness? The court, you may. Question, Mr. Glass, if you could take a moment and look at this page, read it to yourself.
I say Monday, Tuesday the latest.
Do not read aloud and look up when you're done. Has your memory been refreshed as to the legal name of Kobe? Answer, yeah. Question, what is Kobe's legal name? Answer, Jacoby Mills. The reporter, I'm sorry.
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's the weekend. Wake up, guys.
The witness, Jacoby. By Ms. Smith, question. All right, if you can repeat the last name for the court reporter. Answer, Mills. Question. I'm going to continue to publish date 7. There is a second individual at the red Mitsubishi vehicle. Do you recognize that second individual? Answer. Not really, no. Question. Okay, how about the individual that is standing at the gray Jeep? Answer. That's Zach. Question. I'm going to continue to publish. I'm pausing at timestamp 2:18:21. Do you see that individual who's walking away from the Mitsubishi Jeep? Answer. I see him. Yeah. Question. Do you recognize him? Answer. That's AD. Question. I'm going to ask you for AD's
Yeah, the verdict party is gonna last for like 3 days. Chill, relax.
legal name. Answer. I know his last name is Davis. Question. Okay. Would looking at your statement refresh your recollection as to his legal name? Answer.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess so. I
deliberate
don't know.
tomorrow. My
Ms.
bad.
Smith, Your Honor, permission to
I'll give
approach the court. Is that the same
I'm
statement?
reading like 4
Ms.
things
Smith,
at
yes,
once.
Judge.
My bad.
Approaching the witness. Question by Ms. Smith. Mr. Glass, same procedure. If you could take a look at that and look up. Answer, unintelligible. Question, no, without speaking. Has your memory been refreshed as to AD's legal name? Answer, yes. Question, okay, what is AD's legal name? Answer, Adrian Davis. Question, continue to publish date 7. Mr. Glass, let me know if you need to rewind the video. Did you have a chance to look at the face of the individual wearing what appears to be a white shirt and blue shorts? Answer, that's me. Question, continuing to publish. I'm pausing the video on 2:18:41. Do you see that individual carrying something across his shoulder, wearing what appears to be a blue jacket? Answer, say that again? Question, do you see the person on the video? Answer, I see the back of his head. Question, do you see the back of the head of the person wearing the jean jacket? Correct. Answer, correct. Question, do you see the jacket in state 72, image number 3, the front of the jacket? Answer, yeah. Question, do you see that jacket in state's image 1 of state 72? Answer, I see the same thing y'all see. Question, we spoke about this, Mr. Glass. Answer, I said that. The court, excuse me. Counsel, you ask questions, all right? By Ms. Smith, question. I'm asking questions, Mr. Glass, and just asking you to respond if you have knowledge. Is this the jacket that was in image number 1 and image number 3, the jacket that Melly was wearing on October 26th of 2018? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, to the best of your knowledge, yes or no? Answer, yes. Ms. Smith, publishing state 7. Question, I'm back to state 7, timestamp 2:18:41. The individual that's on screen wearing the jacket, it appears something across his back. Who is that individual? Mr. Glass, can you respond? Answer, I see the same person as last time. Question, okay, and can you tell us who that same person is? Answer, Melly. Ms. Smith, continuing to publish. The witness, asking questions I don't know the answers to. By Ms. Smith, question. Mr. Glass, you can't speak when there's not a question. Mr. Glass, do you see that individual carrying something in their left hand? I'm asking you if you see them, just if you see them. Answer, yes. Question, do you recognize that person? Answer, of course. Question, and who is that person? Answer, Christopher Thomas. Question, Mr. Glass, can you identify for the record? I know there's a video, but can you identify which vehicle you got into? Answer, the red Mitsubishi. Question, and can you tell us who was in the car with you? Answer, Kobe, Tay, and AD. Question, so AD, Tay, and Kobe. Answer, Is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, so that is a total of 4 people. Answer, correct. And in the vehicle to the left of the screen, the Jeep, who entered that vehicle to your knowledge? Answer, everybody else that was there. Sat, Melly, Juvie, and Cortland. Answer, okay. I'm sorry, question, okay, and by my count, is that also 4 people? Answer, correct. Question, and when those continuing to publish at 2:19:36, I'm going to stop at 2:19:46. At the time you left the scene in that red Mitsubishi, where were you headed? Answer, supposed to be home. Question, who's home? Answer, I guess Melly's house. Question, and was everybody in that red car headed to Melly's house? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, and what about the Jeep? Where was your understanding that the Jeep was headed, the gray Jeep? Answer, same spot. Question, so both cars left the studio with the intention of heading to what you identified as Melly's house? Answer, correct.
His first concert
Question,
was
can you
crazy.
tell us, I guess, what was the mood
Melly's first 4
or the
concerts.
vibe of the studio while you guys were there? Answer, it was years ago. I can't tell you nothing right now. Question, okay, if you don't.
Melly's first 4 concerts are gonna go crazy.
Question, were you awake?
But he can't sell out no damn arenas. Lil Baby can't even sell out arenas. Look at all these niggas that's canceling their tours. YNW Melly, he's gonna make a good million his first 4 shows. He's gonna probably pick up on a good $250,000 bag, $500,000 bag. He can't do arenas though. Arenas are hard, bro. That's a whole different level of stardom.
The entire time you were in that vehicle? Answer, I wasn't. Question, okay, do you know at what point you fell asleep? Answer, I don't. Question, all right. And when you left the studio, you were awake. Is that a fair statement? Answer, I was. Question, and at what point do you recall waking up, or what time do you recall the next thing you saw? Answer, once it came to a stop. Question, all right. And where did you come to a stop? Answer, at the house gate. Question, at the house gate for Melly's house? Answer, yeah. Question, when you got to the house gate at Melly's house, who was inside your vehicle, the red Mitsubishi? Answer, same people you seen get in the car. Question, by your testimony, Kobe, AD, Tay, and yourself? Answer, yes. Question, okay, so still 4 people. Answer, still 4 people. Question, do you recall how you guys entered the gate? Answer, the gate was open for us. Ms. Smith, publishing states 47. Question by Ms. Smith, I'm going to pause it at timestamp 349, looks like 58. Do you recognize that red Jeep Mitsubishi? Answer, I do. Question, is that the vehicle that you left the studio in? Answer, yes. Question, is this the guard gate you testified to at Melly's house? Answer, yes. Question, do you see that screenshot at timestamp 351:31? Answer, Question, is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, do you see yourself inside that red Mitsubishi vehicle? Answer, yes. Question, and were you located? Answer, and where are you located? Answer, passenger. Question, do you recall going through the gate, going through the procedure of going through the gate? Answer, yes. Question, so you get through the gate, where do you go next? Answer, to the house. Question, all right. And can you tell us, you pull into the house, is there a driveway in the house, in front of the house? Answer, yeah. Question, are there any other cars parked in that driveway when you get to the house? Answer, no. Question, all right. Was Juvie in his room? Answer, no. Question, do you recall where Melly's room was in the house? Answer, not upstairs. Question, okay, do you recall where it was if it was not upstairs? Answer, I think it was like front first room when you come in the house. Question, was Melly at the house when you got there, from what you can recall? Answer, no. Question, did you see Melly at any time in the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, so you go upstairs in Judy's room, and what do you do? Answer, crash. Question, crash meaning? Answer, go to sleep. Question, okay, at some point do you wake up? Answer, yeah. Question, and why? Answer, phone calls. Question, okay, safe to say your phone was getting a lot of phone calls blowing up? Answer, yeah. Question, and at some point you answered the phone, correct? Answer, yeah. Question, okay, what do you do in response to the phone calls? Answer, I answered it when it kept ringing. And yeah. Question, and so what do you do in response to getting that phone call? Answer, I ended up at the hospital. Question, all right, do you recall which hospital that was? Answer, no, I don't. Question, do you recall what city you were in at this point? Answer, I was in Broward. Question, what city, not the county? Answer, Miramar. Question, do you know if you went to Miramar Hospital? Answer, I don't know what hospital it was. Question, so you get to the hospital, what do you find out when you get to the hospital? Answer, that Anthony and Christopher were deceased. Question, okay, and obviously at that, let me not say obviously, but at that point in time, what do you do or how do you react to that news? Answer, grieving. Question, okay, do you stay at the hospital? Answer, not long. Question, where do you go after the hospital? Answer, I ended up somebody's house. Question, all right, do you recall whose house that was? Answer, I don't know whose house it was, but I ended up there. Question, let's start about with the city. Do you recall it?
Let me ask y'all this. He get out. Is he the biggest artist in the game? Or is he going to fizzle out like Bobby Shmurda did?
The city the house was in. Answer, Miramar. Question, do you recall if it was in the same or different area than where Melly's house was? Answer, it looked similar. Question, and just to clarify, was it the same or different house than Melly's house? Answer, different. Question, where did you go when you went to that house? Answer, what do you mean? Question, like where in the house did you go? So you go to the house, where do you go? Answer, nowhere. Inside the house, I was in the back. Question, and would your statement refresh your recollection as to whose house you were at? Answer, maybe. Ms. Smith, Your Honor, please permission to approach. I'm sorry, Ms. Smith, Your Honor, permission to approach. I'm going to show defense counsel the same statement, page 4. Question by Ms. Smith. Same procedure, Mr. Glass, if you could just review page 4. Answer, I don't see nothing about a house here. Question, if you could just read the entire page and when you're done, let me know. Have you finished reading that page? Answer, yes. Has your memory been refreshed as to whose house you were at? Answer, I still don't see nothing about a house here. Okay, I'm going to now show you what's in evidence at State 62. Do you recognize individuals in State 62? Answer, yeah, I do. Question, okay, who are those individuals? Answer, Melly and another dude, Frito. Question, you said Melly and another dude, Frito? Yeah. Do you know Frito's name or any other nicknames? Answer, that's all I know, Frito. Question, Frito. Do you recall ever going to Frito's house? Answer, just that time. Question, just that time being what time? Answer, after I left the hospital. Question, and for the record, what is Frida wearing in the photograph? Answer, a shirt, a white shirt. Question, okay, so after the hospital, you went to Frida's house? Answer, to the best of my knowledge. Question, and what were you doing at the house? Answer, still grieving. Question, who took you to the hospital? Answer, the cameraman. Question, do you recall his name? Answer, Drew. Question, and do you recall who took you from the hospital to Frida's house? Answer, same person.
Yo, the betting site, Bet Online. You were able to bet on if Melly was guilty or not. Did y'all bet on that or not?
Same
How much
people
did
that
y'all
was there.
bet?
when
You
we
did
got
bet. How
there.
much did you bet?
Question, okay, same people being the 4 people that entered the Mitsubishi?
Yeah.
Answer,
Smack down
yes.
a little $100 bet.
Question, so you're at Frida's house. You mentioned, and I forgot exactly where you were in the house. Did you say where you were?
I'm never gonna put myself in a situation to do some shit like this. I'm never gonna do no shit like this ever. Like people talking about snitching and shit like that.
Okay.
I'm never gonna put myself in a position to snitch. I don't want to be around the niggatry. I don't want to be around that shit, dog. And niggas can call you soft. Niggas can call you anything. I'm smart. I'm avoiding everything. I don't want to be around none of that. That's why, man, that's why I'm so introverted. I don't want to be around none of that. I don't want to be in a position to even deal with you niggas. Cause ain't no telling everybody on the internet always talking about, man, this and that. You never know what you'll do to you in that situation. Like I told y'all earlier, if I'm Bortland, if I'm Bortland, I'm ratting.
Answer, yeah. Okay.
My bad, y'all.
I don't know.
I'm still learning.
Question.
Give me time, y'all.
Okay.
I'm still learning.
Minutes, hours, days. Answer, could be minutes, could be hours. Question, so not days. Answer, not even a day. Question, so when you got to Frida's house, was it light or dark outside? Answer, light. Question, and you previously said yourself and Melly and someone else was at Frida's house. Was Frida there as well? Answer, I think I did see him, I don't remember. Question, okay, what happens while you're there? Like you're there, you're outside, what happens? Answer, I'm grieving. Question, and you're grieving. Are you grieving alone? Answer, yes. Are you at the house at any point in time? Do more people come to the house or do people leave the house? Answer, if they did come, I don't know.
Somebody said I'll be scared to interview Melly when he get out. You're damn right, and we ain't gonna be sitting in the same car.
I was in the back there.
Yo,
grieving.
I'm not getting nowhere near Melly when he get out.
At any point in
Or
time,
if he
did
get
Melly
out.
leave Frida's house?
I'm doing my
Answer,
interview
it
digital.
came to a point where I was there by myself. Question, all right, so you were there by yourself. So the people that you previously said were there were no longer there, correct? Answer, correct. Question, and so do you know where they went during that time? Answer, I don't. Question, and we're still talking about October 26th of 2018, correct? Answer, yes. Question, and this would be shortly after the hospital? Answer, yes. Question, at some point does Melly come back to Frida's house? Answer, around that time I'm still grieving, getting a little, I don't know, yeah, I guess. Question, I guess Melly comes back? Answer, yes, I guess they did come back. I don't know, I'm not sure. Question, at some point does Melly leave again a second time? Answer, I don't remember anything from after that. For me grieving, that was the last thing I remember, was me grieving, and I end up in Gifford. Question, so before you end up in Griffin, sick, if I were to show you your statement, would that refresh your recollection as to Melly leaving and coming back the second time? Answer, I suppose so. Miss Smith, permission to show him the statement again? The court, yes, counsel. Question by Ms. Smith. Mr. Glass, I'm going to give you page 5 and page 6. If you could take a look, you can start in the middle and review those pages and look up when you're done. Are you done? Answer, Is that a yes? Answer, yes. Question, did that refresh your recollection? Answer, somewhat. Question, okay, so tell us what you somewhat remember. Answer, I just did. Question, if you recall, you said you weren't sure, you went to Gifford. And then I asked you if your statement would refresh your recollection. Does your statement refresh your recollection as to whether Melly left again? Answer, I'm not sure. I was grieving. I'm not sure what nobody did. I was grieving. Question, let's see. I pointed out to you someone was, the person that was wearing the jacket that you identified as Melly was carrying something across his side or his back on the video. Do you recall seeing that? Answer, I guess. Question, do you recall what that's referred to? Answer, a satchel. Did you see that question? Did you see that satchel again after you left the studio? Answer, no. Question, do you know what was in the satchel? Answer, I don't. Question, okay. Do you recall seeing anyone else with the satchel that night at the studio?
What y'all think going through Melly mind right now?
Answer, that was 5 years ago. I don't recall. Question, is there anything that can refresh your recollection as to whether or not anybody...
I told y'all one of the jury is a young lady, a young black lady. He look at her, he giving her the eye. Like, you give me out this shit, girl, I'm gonna give you the world.
Anybody else was wearing a satchel? Answer, I suppose so.
He giving her the eye.
Question, if I were to show you that video again, would that refresh your recollection?
Well, are they in there? Are they in the courtroom? I don't know. I'm just whooping.
Answer, I suppose so. Publishing state 7. Question by Ms. Smith. I'm going to start publishing state 7 at 2:19:01. I'm going to pause at 2:19:13. Does the video refresh your recollection as to anyone else that was carrying the satchel? Answer, yes. Question, who, if anyone, was carrying a satchel? Answer, I see Chris with one. Question, and that's Christopher Thomas? Answer, yes. Question, did you ever have any business relationship with the person referred to as Track? Answer, no. Question, okay, do you know who Track is? Answer, not really. Question, not really, or answer, I don't know who he is at all. Question, do you know of him? Answer, yeah. Question, did you see Track on October 26, 2018 at any point? Answer, no. Question, do you recall giving a statement, specifically the statement that you previously provided, that I previously provided you with here today to the detective in this case? Answer, Question, you have to answer out loud. Answer, yes. Question, that was a statement that you gave to Detective Moretti and another detective, I believe from Indian River. Is that correct? Answer, it could be. Question, would showing you that statement refresh your recollection as to anything regarding your interactions with Track on October 26, 2018? Answer, I don't know. I don't know Track. Question, no. My question was, would showing you the statement refresh your recollection as to any time you saw Track on October 26th of 2018? Answer, no. Question, one moment. You said you ended up back in Gifford at some point in time on October 26th of 2018. Answer, yes.
That's crazy. 12 people can decide your fate, man. It's crazy. But he put himself in that position.
Yes. Question, and do you recall where Melly was at the time you went to Gifford? Answer, I don't remember. Question, at some point at Frito's house, do you guys all leave, meaning you yourself, everybody that you previously identified that was there? Answer, I don't recall. Question, you don't recall leaving? Answer, I don't recall leaving with anyone. I don't know where I left. I don't know how I left. Question, okay, just to clarify my question, so you mentioned you left. When you left with Gifford, was anyone else at Frito's house? Answer, I don't know. Question, do you recall Melly making any statements in your presence while you were at Frito's house? Answer, I don't recall. Question, would showing you your statement refresh your recollection as to anything Melly told you while you were there? Answer, I don't recall. Question, so you remember them leaving the house at least once, correct? Answer, yeah. Yes. Answer, yes. Question, all right. Now, when they came back, do you recall any conversations that Melly had in your presence that first time after the first time? Answer, I don't recall. Question, would showing you your statement refresh your recollection as to those statements? Answer, no, it wouldn't. Question, all right. Do you have a Facebook page back in October 26th of 2018? Answer, I believe so. Ms. Smith, I'm approaching counsel with what's been marked as state's quadruple I, which was previously shown permission to approach the witness. The court, you may. Question by Ms. Smith. Mr. Glass, do you recognize these two pages that I'm showing to you? Answer, I guess so. Question, and this is a Facebook. Do these statements reflect a Facebook conversation? Answer, they do. Question, is this a fair and accurate representation of the conversation that you had on Facebook? Answer, it is. The clerk states quadruple I will be marked as states 83. Ms. Smith, permission to publish? The court, you may. Question by Ms. Smith. Mr. Glass, can you see that document in front of you? Answer, yes. Question, all right, where it says author, can you read that for the members of the jury? Answer, you want me to read it?
Excuse me one second. Then you and I keep the message of one of your members needs a restroom break, so we'll take a short recess. Do not discuss the case. Don't form any opinion about the case. Don't allow anyone to discuss the case in the presence. We'll be back in finish reading shortly, as soon as we're done with the restroom break. All right? Thank you.
The judge been ready to go. The judge been ready to go home since the beginning of this trial. He been looking sleepy and tired.
Thank you. Let the record reflect the jury stepped out. Mr. Devins, you need a restroom break?
Yes, sir.
Can we arrange that for Mr. Devins?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We're in recess. Hopefully, Park guys.
Answer, yes. Question, is this the guard gate you testified to at Melly's house? Answer, yes. Question, do you see that screenshot at timestamp 3:51:31? Answer, Question, is that a yes? Answer.
I don't care what nobody say. 2 of my friends died. I'm not showing up to a music video the next day. On top of that, I'm not showing up to the music video super duper lit, like nothing happened, like I'm excited. Go back and look at that video. Borland was just like, damn, dog. And then he tried to fake it. Then he was like, damn. Go back and look. Something's up.
Yes. Question, do you Answer, not upstairs. Question, okay, do you recall where it was if it was not upstairs? Answer, I think it was like front first room when you come in the house. Question, was Melly at the house when you got there from what you can recall? Answer, no. Question, did you see Melly at any time in the house? Answer, no. Question, all right, so you go upstairs in Judy's room and what do you do? Answer, crash. Question, crash meaning? Answer, go to sleep. Question, okay, at some point do you wake up?
I don't want to hear that bullshit. People react to shit differently. 2 of your friends died that you was just with. I don't want to hear that. That's that internet shit I be talking about.
Answer, yeah. Question, and why? Answer,
Okay.
phone calls. Question, okay, safe to say your phone was getting a lot of phone calls blowing up? Answer.
Here you go right here.
Were you able to identify that as Portland Henry? The individual over on the left in the light denim jacket. Were you able to?
What happened? Y'all, I should. Y'all, he talking about his dog gone. He said he's still out here. Melly in the motherfucking building, bro. In the motherfucking place to be. We have motherfucking murder video shoot. Melly is here. That bitch wrecking his motherfucking dog. Somebody's dog dead and gone. It's curiosity. Melly out here for his dog. That bitch came, walked out the car. Come. My dog gone. Rest in peace to my dog. Security guard right on his ass. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with him. What murder? Right in the corner somewhere. What the fuck is it?
This is hours after the shooting, by the way. Look, Gordon looking like, man, chill, dog. Like, damn, bro, just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like, he don't want to look like the whole ass, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to look like the Melly looking like, yes, we got them niggas, we good. Melly looking like, ooh, I don't got to split with 3 niggas, I can split with 1 nigga. Come on, man. I don't got no dog in this fight. I don't know none of them niggas. It is what it is. Let me go back to that. Look, Portland, look. I don't give a fuck. Y'all gonna call me 12. Y'all already think I'm 12. Fuck y'all. So look, Gordon just sitting back like, what the fuck, bro? Look. Hold on, wait. I am. Hold on. Boom. Borderland sitting there thinking like, Why? Like, what the fuck? He think about all the possibilities.
That was the
Like,
next day?
this was like 4 hours after, like that morning. Cause I remember we posted it on Say Cheese, and they, anyways. But Bortland thinking like, damn. He thinking about all the possibilities. Like, damn, we gonna get away with it. Like he fighting.
Scared. He fighting his
Yeah, he. You know what I mean?
Melly still turned regardless of what happened early morning. Still, I do get very positive. Turn still. Hey, but no, still turn regardless of what happened. You already know. Got booby baby. What's happening? What's happening, nigga? You already know it's a video shoot. I get at the bottom. You going out, whatever. There you go. You got the park report. That got it. Oh, they get the video right so they can, you know.
I already said I feel like he getting off. So don't start that. Don't come with that narrative like I'm hating on the kid. I'm just using my common sense and what they're giving me. So stop the narrative of that I'm hating on the kid. Stop it. That's not what's going on. I feel like he's gonna. I feel like the if it's guilty, I'm gonna be shocked. If it's guilty, I'm gonna be shocked.
The individual over in the...
So stop the narrative that I'm hating on the kid. Don't do that.
Were you able to identify that as...
I just don't have a dog in this fight. I don't...
do you see the individual known to you as Jameson Francois that's been present in this video as well?
I'm just calling it like I see it.
Answer. Okay, so texting Melly. Question. That was page 1. I'm going to now publish to page 2. I'll publish it in part since it's a little small. Can you see that in front of you? Answer, yes. Question. I'm going to scroll up. What was the purpose of you having this conversation with Melly? Janelle Demons. Answer, I don't know. Just everything was
Nigga,
question.
everybody speculating
Question.
too much.
When
Somebody
you
wants
got
to
together, were you
speculate
looking
too.
for
Nigga,
answers?
everybody on the tip of their
Answer,
seat.
not just me.
That's why I hate you
Question.
street
Were
niggas,
people kind of
man.
pressing you
I miss when
for
your street
answers?
niggas was off the internet.
Answer correct.
Go back outside. Everybody speculate, nigga. We don't know what the fuck happened. Everybody guessing and get the fuck off the internet, all you street niggas. What y'all doing on the internet then if you so street? Get the fuck off the internet. Everybody speculating.
Answer. Is that just question?
Calling me 12. Everybody every day calling me the police. Get the fuck off the
purpose
internet,
behind the conversation and the general conversation that you had with him? Answer. Yes. Question. Do you know who Jamie King is? Answer. I don't know who she is. I know of her. Question. Do you know her relationship? Answer. His mom. Question. Do you know the relationship between Jamie King and Anthony Williams? Answer. I don't. Question. If I were to show you a copy of your statement, would that refresh your recollection? Answer. Nope. Question. Sorry, Ms. Smith, and 1 moment to confer. Nothing further at this time. The court. Counsel, thank you. Any cross-examination of this witness? Mr. Howard, yes, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The jurors, good morning. Cross-examination by Mr. Howard. Question. Good morning, Mr. Glass. Mr. Howard, Your Honor, do you mind if we could move the monitor from in front of the witness's face? The witness, I do, I mind. Mr. Howard, okay. Would you mind, Your Honor? The court, I don't mind. Is there a specific issue that you have, Mr. Glass?
Man, y'all can't come to my house?
The witness, I do.
Alright, bet. I'll come. I gotta go to the boxing gym. I gotta go boxing at 2:15.
Ms. Smith, Judge, can we approach sidebar?
2:45. Then I'm gonna head that way.
This is Director Continued cross-examination by Mr. Howard. Good morning, Mr. Glass. Good morning, sir. Answer. No verbal response. Question. There was no response to this. Answer. No. Question. To your text on the first page. Answer. No. Question. On the second page, the state was discussing that essentially you were inquiring of Mr. Demons.
Yo, shout out to the
what had gone on because you were trying to get information.
Shout out to the super chats.
Yeah.
I love
Question,
y'all.
and you see a conversation here where you get a
Raffle going on
response.
tonight too.
I want
Link in bio on my Instagram page. Scat Pack giveaway. It's gonna be lit.
to direct your attention to.
Shout out to the super chats.
Answer. I see it. Question that statement. It says, I showed them niggas more love than they parents. Right? Do you see that? Answer. I do see it, bro. Question. Thank you. And the next statement by the next message in sequence is again from Melly. It says, TF. What does that mean? Answer. You tell me. Question. Okay. What does that mean? Answer. I don't know. Question. Okay. So you were having a conversation and you didn't understand the response? Answer. I don't know what TF means. Question. So you didn't understand that response, correct? Answer. I just said it. Question. Okay. Then there's another one that says, men, tell them fuck that if they think I did some shit like that. We can go to war. Nigga, you know I would never do nothing like that. Do you see that? Answer, yes, I see it. Question. Okay, so State had mentioned that you got arrested recently and charged criminally, correct? Answer, correct. Question, and on May 30th, not too long ago of this year. Answer, yeah. Question, and one of the charges that was made against you was obstruction of the service of the execution of a search warrant. You're aware of that? Answer, I am now. Question, pardon me? Answer, I am now. Question, so you got charged and you have no idea what you were charged with? Answer, correct. And you are now on free child release? Answer, I bonded out, sir. Question, okay. And while you're out on bond, you are of the opinion that if you don't come here...
Where's the new NCAA football at? Where's the new... Can we get the new NCAA football game? Shit. I'm sorry, y'all.
Alabama ready to kick this one off. It's first down.
I'm not the mother streamers, man. I'm definitely going to go to some shit that I want to see.
0 calories. And we are ready to go. Taken at the 5. And he just got stood up.
Okay, there are several instances in which Ms. Smith, the prosecutor, that questioned you showed you a statement that you previously gave. Remember that? Answer, yes. And you told us you remember seeing me in the deposition not too long ago. Answer, I said what? Question, you remember seeing me last week on Friday? Answer, yeah, I remember. Question, and you recall at the time that your statement to the detective was a few days after the incident? Answer, you say, do I recall? Question, that's what your recollection was at the time. Answer, yes. Question, a couple of days after. Answer, a couple days after. Question, and now after seeing the statement, you realize that it was 4 months later, right? Answer, you say what? You said what? Question, the statement you gave to police. Answer, you're telling me it was 4 months, or asking me. Question, pardon me? Answer, are you telling me or asking me? Question, I'm asking you. Answer, that don't make sense. If you asking me, I told you it was there. It was 3 to 4 days after they died. Why are you asking me if it was 4 months if I just told you? Question, okay. So in a statement that you gave to police back then, you claimed that you had gone into the red vehicle in the rear seat, right? Answer, that was 5 years ago. To the best of my knowledge, that's what I said. Question, you're saying the statement was a few days after, right? Answer, what did, question, the statement that you gave to the police was a few days after the incident? Answer, yes. Question, and you said then that you had gone into the rear of the red vehicle? Answer, to the best of my knowledge, yes. Question, and then you watched this trial unfold on TV over the last couple of weeks, right? Answer, no.
Yo, is that Kodak 6ix9ine song out yet? Kodak 6ix9ine.
And why Whack 100 always standing up for like? I mean, I guess 6ix9ine is his artist or something, right?
I think it's some nigga.
Let me reread that question. And you learned that the statement that you gave a few days after the incident was wrong.
Sorry,
Answer.
that's true. Ain't no nigga turning down $1 million. I don't give a fuck what y'all.
Question. Yes, exactly that.
Ain't no nigga
Answer.
turning down $1 million.
That piece.
Niggas
Question.
ain't turning down
Yes,
$1 million.
that piece.
To rap,
Answer.
to talk.
Okay, yeah. Question. You forgot where you sat in the vehicle a few days after? You can answer. Answer. Answer what? Question. That question. Is that correct, sir? Answer. Did I forget? Question. Did you forget? Answer. I could have made a mistake and said I was in the back and remembered that I was in the front. Question. So when you told the law enforcement officers that you had gone into the back of the vehicle a few days after the incident? Answer. That's what I thought to the best of my knowledge. Question. That's what you thought? Okay. And when you got to Melly's house that morning, you had a key? Answer. Did you have a key? Question. No, I didn't. Did you? Answer. No, I didn't. Question. Who had a key?
Prayers out to Gilly the Kid.
Answer. I don't know. Question. Do you know of anybody having a key to Melly's house? Answer. I don't know. Question. Okay. But you did gain entrance to the house that morning after you left the studio. Answer, yeah. Question, and then you said you just went and crashed and went to sleep in Judy's room, right? Answer, factual. And you were awakened by your friend Drew? Answer, I did not say that. Question, were you awakened by your friend Drew? Answer, I said I was awakened by phone calls. Question, did you ever make a statement differently where you claimed that you were awakened by Drew? Do you understand the question, sir? Answer, I don't even remember getting asked a question. The court, all right, restate your question. Question, did you ever make a statement to the police? Answer, I don't recall. Question, okay, do you recall now being asked this question and giving this answer? Questioned by the detective. Then, and so when you first saw Drew, when did you see him? Where did you see him at? Your house or Frido's house? Answer, at the house in Miramar, at Melly's house, okay? He woke me up. It was like, come to the hospital.
Yo, we're going to talk about this while that lady is talking, reading testimonies and shit. This Lil J shit. Now, y'all know when Lil J got out of jail, I think I may have done his only interview. Then a lot of people were saying that he was in jail, messing with transmissions. And in my interview with him, he denied it.
Nah, she just woke up.
In our interview, he denied it. Let's get to right here.
McGraw. But it's fine. You can just let me go back on the deck.
No, we ain't gonna just let you go, but you gonna end up going back. Somebody gonna leave or something.
Mike.
Hold your head up. Hold your head up.
So the dude's trying to see if the transmission has any like scratch or any proof of
It look
foul
towards me.
play.
Yeah, just look up. Stay there. So, Red Monster, I was doing something. What happened?
He had me because I ain't coming to the fucking home. He gonna sit there and choke me.
This is clearly a man. Clearly a man.
This didn't even have to be this serious.
McGraw. Yeah.
Worse than what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Come on.
Who's cups are these?
That look like Division H cup.
You got some cups? I got 2 different colors and my name's on framed in pieces on there. I'm not
And this is clearly Lil J. Like, pause. If y'all never seen Lil J in person, he's big. Like, he's taller. He's bigger than what you think. Pause. Like, he's well over 6 feet. This is Lil J, as y'all can see.
Like you putting your damn shirt
This
on.
is before he got out. Back when he had his dreads. 2017, I think it said. Nah, but he grew him back when he got out. But this was before he got locked up, when he had the big forehead and his dreads was declining and reclining.
Started this day.
Back on my shit. Send it down.
Yeah. He tried to say it wasn't him, but it was clearly him.
To Dell.
Guy, let's clear the air on that.
Now, this is the
That's
interview
like the
from a
number
year
one thing
ago.
people
When
wanna
I
talk
heard
about.
that shit, that was the most goofiest shit I ever heard in my life. And I knew it had to come from somebody goofy or something. Niggas don't never play my name like that, man. Niggas never said no gay shit when I was out. None of that shit. Why the fuck?
Yo,
But
this
do
part was
anything
believable
with a gay
too.
motherfucker. I fuck all the
I
hoes.
really thought that niggas was just slandering his name. Like, I'm like, all right, I get it. Like, you're one of the most hated Chicago rappers. Maybe 1 or 2 people started a rumor and then ran with it and it spread.
Ain't got nothing against gay people. I fuck all the hoes. I love pussy to death. I love it. That shit fool, man. Niggas made that rumor up. Italian Beef and Pepsi made that up, man, trying to clear his name up. Everybody just ran with it. It was a rumor. That's what rumors do. I can't be fucked up about that. My niggas know the truth. I know the truth. It's the end of that. For now.
You know, on the internet, people believe anything that's on the internet.
Yeah, because once one motherfucker see it shit like a virus, one motherfucker see it, the next motherfucker see it, he gonna believe it. I went back to really defend myself anyway, so I ain't give no fuck about that. I'm here now. I want to see motherfuckers say that while I'm here now. And bro, talking about any gay, none of that. That shit ain't me. I'm 00, man. Y'all got me fucked up, bro.
I remember when we spoke about it during the
I had
jail
to be
interview.
humble. Them interviews we had, I was being humble, man, because I was still in there. Them motherfuckers was playing dirty, man. And bro, I'm not even none of that shit. Period.
You think King Von pulled a finesse?
Yeah,
I
King
remember
Von
we
was
spoke
finessing.
on
Like,
during the jail interview when you said
King
I
Von
don't
was
have no
clearly
problem
trying
with gay
to
people.
not be in the same little area as the ops.
And you know,
Who the fuck is that? I don't know no fucking
This
goofy
one I
that no
quoted
fucking
him about
bloodbath. What the fuck is this? Malibu's
the
most
bloodbath
wanted?
interview.
Don't do a bloodbath. So goofy. Don't even talk about that third ass nigga. He in jail, man. Tell him get his freedom back. I'll send him a couple $100 or something, man. He need some money or something. I'll send him a couple $100 or something, man. He need some money on Tuka. Trying to go get his money over, so he want to make interviews, try to get some internet face some money, dude. I don't fucking know you on Tuka. Yo, that's a clown. JoJo.
on some real shit though. You don't know the guy from McKenna Paint.
Hell no, never saw the nigga. His goofy ass, they got the stupid ass tattoos in his face. I knew the fuck he was. He so clown ass out
So
there,
what
man.
y'all think?
He was said that shit.
Y'all
We
think
was
he
just in that bitch. I would have beat the
in
fuck out of him.
dorm with all the transmissions, and he just strangling them and putting them in headlocks and
I would have saw him
wrestling.
He ain't like that.
And
If he would saw me and said you ain't
what
like
do y'all
that, I would've
think?
broke his jaw, JoJo.
Do y'all think he just in PC to
Yeah,
get
'cause
away
I mean,
from
the way
everybody
he
else
was
because he's the
talking,
most hated?
He said he
Or do
knew
y'all
you.
think he really in there
Well,
The whole
folding
time
them
he
like
was
pretzels.
dick riding dude them the
Is
whole
he really
time,
in
man.
there? You know what I
That's
mean?
the
Give me
whole-
a
he on
curse.
OTF.
Give me a
Slam that
curse.
motherfucker. Get your goofy ass.
Do y'all
on.
really think he in
Where the fuck
there?
is he from? Where he from?
You know what I'm saying?
I think he's from St. Louis.
Y'all tell me what y'all think.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois, man. You out of town ass clown slide, man. You OTC, out of town clown. What's wrong with these fucking Bufords? How he locked up with me and he from St. Louis? Where he at? I don't fuck. Anyways, man, what's up though? I ain't talking
Yeah,
about
I
Buford today, man.
just want to get that overstood because that's all over the blog.
I have no problem with the gay people.
I'm still out here
I just
getting
feel
money,
like
doing my thing.
just be who you are.
Fucking all these hoes. These hoes know.
Like Lil Wop.
Took a Lil J. Got
Lil Wop
hey,
just-
boy, Jake the Snake, Johnson over clean. Well, get rid of shit out here.
He's just him now.
Took her.
Yeah,
You never hear nobody around me say no goofy ass shit like that, man. Took her. Man, my niggas laugh at that shit. We continue getting money doing our thing or else.
The King Von. Who the hell is releasing these videos, bruh? Who the hell is releasing these videos?
And it's like I seen
Body cam footage from 2017 of King Von has surfaced.
Then the first OJ video, then the second one. It's like they playing it. It's been playing or something.
Who the hell? Like, I wonder, is it like on the dark web where you can like? I don't know. Because I feel like all the police got to turn in their body surveillance. So there has to be a way to monitor. I don't know.
Them my pictures.
But I don't think King Von's gay. I think he's finessing. He's trying to work the system. Sometimes you got to know how to work the system to avoid shit. Like I said earlier, avoiding things is the best way. People who avoid, not to go over there because it's haters. Not to go to that club or hang around him because he's a hater. When you learn how to avoid things and finesse through the cracks and the crevices, you live longer. Ain't no telling what would have happened to Von if they would have let him go to where he was really supposed to go. They said public files. SD chips out.
I mean, because I was thinking that way too. Like they probably the same way 1090J getting
Bye,
right.
Lil Josh.
They probably getting the videos of this. Like
That nigga blowing kisses and shit. Yo, this nigga. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the hell? That nigga, I ain't even watched the whole thing. This nigga.
Nah, bro. That's why I asked you. Like I wasn't sure if you seen the video for real. Like, do you think this nigga gay? Like, what?
That nigga really. Yo, what is fucking going on, bro? This shit is crazy.
You talk to my sister? You talk to my sister?
Kids, everybody that's watching this shit, jail is not cool. Like, don't listen to Asian Doll. Don't listen to none of these people who think jail is cool talking about, I could tell y'all never been to jail before. Jail is not cool. Nothing about the streets is cool. Being a nerd, being an architect, being a plumber, a welder, being an astronaut, being out the streets, that's cool. That's cool. A lot of these street cats that y'all see, they're living on borrowed time. They're broke. They're angry all the time. They don't trust nobody. That's not cool. This shit isn't cool.
These better be on my picture.
Don't listen to none of these rap niggas that try to make you feel bad for never going to jail. Jail is not cool at all.
We'll hold on to your photos.
The streets isn't cool.
If your PC ends up going through, are you listening to me? Or you don't care about your photos? Which one?
Now always protect yourself. Make sure you got a pole. You know, pause. Make sure you got, make sure you protect yourself and you're always on your ones and twos. But nothing about the streets is cool, bro. Don't let them lie to you.
Huh?
All the street niggas that I know from around my way back then,
Yeah, I got you.
they wish they never went that route.
Yeah. He doesn't want anything. He just wants to move across the hall. I asked him if he wanted a PC. He don't want it. He just wants to move across the hall. So we're not doing that right now. Hey, this is their single.
Just Chillin' Here, and we've heard from @JustChillin' Here quite a few times from Twitter. Do the defense attorneys in this panel think that the defense picked a good strategy with Melly taking Melly out of the crime scene, or do they think there could have been a better strategy?
So I think they had to choose. So I think they wanted to rely on their alibi witness, and their alibi witness said he wasn't there. They said he was at the house at the time of the murder. And I also think that they didn't have to get a crime scene reconstruction expert, and it saves them having to just add explanations because we knew Melly was likely not going to testify. And putting him there would have required a lot of explaining and a lot of testimony, and we wouldn't want to open Melly up to too many questions if he was going to testify. But I think it wasn't necessarily the best strategy at the end of the day, because the 9807 number, I do believe, was sufficiently tied to Melly. We believe it was his, and I think that if you follow the phone, you follow and you find out and you learn how the murder took place. So I don't know if it's going to work out, but they use that strategy because of their alibi witness.
Dan, so what you say?
Mina, I'll send this next question to you, and it's about Travion Glass. The testimony we just heard read back by the clerk for the jury, and he was with everybody at the recording studio that night. So Cindy Hedden asks from Twitter, I just answered part of the question for you, Mina, but who is Travion Glass? I haven't been able to watch much of this trial.
Travion Glass is a childhood friend of Juvie. They've known each other for over a decade. He was in that red Mitsubishi, which is the other car that was leaving the studio the night in question. He was staying at the house as well, Melly's house. So he has a lot of ties to not only the people who have passed away, but also Melly and this YNW collective. So he was one of two people that were actually in the red car that testified and gave their account. So basically friends of the people who were affected, and they were there so they can give us their opinion on or their recollection of what they remember seeing.
Michael, this next question is from you. It comes from @Reba05 from Twitter. As legal experts, do the questions asked by the jury lead you to determine which way the jury is leaning?
You know, it's always tempting to put probably more into the questions than is the reality. But of course, you want to use that as any sort of insight as to which way they're going. Hopefully, you interpret it as something that helps your side, but that isn't always the case, and sometimes it's totally irrelevant. In this case today, we already know they wanted to get a statement made by Bortland Henry at the hospital, and then they changed their mind and said, "Nah, we don't want that." So what does that tell you? Does that tell you that they've decided amongst themselves that the statement means nothing? And we believe it's the statement in which he first said, hey, this all happened as a result of a drive-by. Does it mean that they believed his statement, don't need to hear it again, or they don't believe it and they don't need to hear it again? So the short answer is you just never know, but you try to interpret it as best you can for your side.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to sign Offie off. So, Offie, thanks for being with us today. We really appreciate it. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to have Terry Austin come on and tell us what happened in that courtroom and take more of your questions. So stay with us. I'm Anjanette Levy. You're watching Law and Crime. We'll be right back.
Damn, Young Thug denied bail again in the RICO case. Damn, what's going on in the rap game, bruh? The rap game was so lit. 2017, I'm gonna say 2012 to 2018. The rap game was so fun. Like it was a balance. You had trap, drill. You had the SoundCloud shit. You had it was fun back then. Everything wasn't so serious. You had, and I know y'all gonna laugh at me, you had like that whole like Playboy Cardi, Uzi, Famous Dex, Trill Sammy, the OG Macos. Then you had the little pump shit was fun. Then you had the trap shit where it was like the Doe Bees, and then you had the Bankroll Fresh, and then you had a bunch of everything. Whatever you liked, you had a cool little selection. Now it's just like everybody either dead or in jail, bro, or fell off. Like the shit not lit no more. Like the shit not fun like at all. Everybody got killed, bro. Like back then it was easy to get interviews and it was enough people to interview. Now we interviewing the same people because it ain't nobody to interview. Like it ain't nobody worth interviewing, should I say. Like, so I'm gonna say in the internet era from 2012, like when that Chief Keef shit came, to like 2018, and in 2018 it kind of slowed down because like TikTok came, and then when TikTok came, everybody started forcing hits, and it just became less organic. Like it was fun back then. Yeah, y'all may laugh at names like Trill Sammy and Famous Dex, but it was fun. Like Rich the Kid, and then the Kodak Black era. Then Kodak had like a crazy Florida run, and then he had like the little jits under him, the Pooties, the Hot Boys, the fucking Soldier Kids. It was just a little within that pocket, and then you had and then the SoundCloud shit with like the Ski Mask and XXX, and it was just fun back then. Now everybody just so slide, kill, smoking on the everything, kill, shoot, slide, kill, kill. It ain't no get money. That's why I like the little Tyler kid, because he kind of rap about females and getting money. But everybody just so serious now. Like it ain't no, everybody fake rich, everybody, it just ain't. Yeah, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Yeah, you had the Rich Homie Quan, you had Johnny Cinco's, you had the Pee Wee Longways, you had the fucking Jose Guapo. It was just pockets, and it was just pockets inside of pockets inside of pockets, and it was just fun. Like it was just like niggas wasn't tripping, like it wasn't too internet. Like I said, the street niggas was still in the streets. Oh, I don't know. I hope we can get back. That was a fun time.
Welcome back. I'm Anjanette Levy, and thanks for being with us here on Law and Crime as we take your questions in the YNW Melly double murder trial. There was a readback of testimony requested by this jury. They are now deliberating yet again the fate of YNW Melly. Let's bring in our panel, including Terry Austin of Law and Crime. Terry is down there at the Broward County Courthouse. Terry, bring us up to speed about this readback and what was going on in the courtroom as it was happening.
Well, first of all, we heard a question from that jury. It was the first question, and they asked about the call logs for 9807, and then they also asked about witness testimony, which you just mentioned, Anjanette. We heard some of that, and they were asking for Trevion Glass to be read back, and also Michael, and we remember him, it's Michael Kelly. He's the one who was the crime scene investigator. He talked about trajectories, and they also asked for someone called, Cortland, but they got the last name wrong. They said Sutherland. That was corrected later, and it was Cortland Henry. Then they said they didn't need that testimony because it was the investigation. They wanted to hear a little bit more about what he said, but they decided, no, we don't need that. So ultimately, the bottom line was the judge said, look, we can read to you what the testimony was as far as Trevion Glass is concerned. It will take a little bit longer for the court reporter to pull together the testimony of Michael Kelly, and so she's working on that. But we did hear her read the entire testimony, and frankly, a lot of it was, I don't know, I don't recall, and I don't think this is going to refresh my recollection. We mentioned this before, and I'll just end with this. I do think the parts of his testimony that the jury wanted to hear was who was in that car and whether or not what Melly was wearing was the same as the beginning of the night. And so it's really going to be up to the jury to determine whether or not he is credible. And I will say that part of the defense did read when they were doing their cross-examination about why he was there, and he was subject to charges if he didn't come and testify. So that jury is going to have to determine whether to believe his testimony over what they've seen from the defense side.
There was also some testimony. I guess they asked him if, it would refresh his recollection to see his prior statement about whether or not Melly left and came back at some point that day. Was that right, Terry?
That's right. And he said, no, it's not going to refresh my recollection. So from an evidentiary standpoint, if the witness says it's not going to refresh their recollection, then it doesn't get to be read in, and it wasn't read in, and he didn't say anything more about that particular issue.
All right, just briefly, Terry, we've got the first question coming out to you, the first question of this block. This is from Tracy Dye, 00437-887 from Twitter. Who was escorted out of the courtroom today during the jury questions, if you know?
Yes, I actually saw that. It was
YNW Terry.
Packed this morning on both.
She been on Melly's side the whole time.
Sides of the courtroom, and on the victim side of the courtroom they get an entire side reserved for them, of course, and there was a phone that went off, and when that happens, the court personnel is very strict about that. Those Broward County officers will take a look at where that ring came from, and immediately the person is escorted out. There's no conversation. They get a point.
Currency interview dropping next week.
Towards them, and then they sort of get a finger out and they're escorted out. And frankly, I've seen them say, you're not coming back. And so we'll see what happens. I'll look to see if that person comes back. But yes, it was one of the individuals who was sitting in the audience today who got escorted out for her phone.
Very interesting. All right, let's get to more questions. And this next one goes to Michael Bryant. Michael Jorgensen from YouTube, who is a frequent question asker here. Does the longer the deliberations go lean more and more toward a hung jury? Do the questions give you any indication of what the jury is starting to think?
Yeah, I think in general, if we can generalize here, longer could mean they're hung up on something. In this case, where are we now? 5 hours, a little more than that, not counting the readback period. That's not long enough to really get to that point. Maybe, if we're having this conversation Monday or Tuesday, maybe.
Y'all want to continue the verdict party next week?
And it really depends on.
Let me know if y'all want me to stream next week.
A big split. Is it one person they're trying to put in a headlock and change their mind? You just don't know at this point. And what we've heard, as I mentioned before, and Terry just mentioned, that statement given by Bortland to the police was first a concern and then not. And now we know that the Trevion Glass testimony in its entirety
next week
was important.
Be lit in here.
I think if we hear them ask for Adrian
next week, we're gonna be lit in here.
Davis to read back his testimony, that may be enlightening. To me, that would totally laser focus their concern, or somebody's concern, one of them, 11 of them, on this whole alibi. And was it believable that Melly was not in the car when the shooting took place, that Melly was back home just sleeping away, and he got the bad news right along with everybody else? That would be critical to me.
I was supposed to interview Space Ghost Perp not too long ago, but he's in he lives on an island now or somewhere, some sort. He lives on an island somewhere. He doesn't live in America no more. I think it was like Brazil or some shit. Last time I talked to him.
Mm-hmm. If you're not writing it down, I mean, even in my notes, I made little, I have all these graphs and things going on just to keep track of all the moving pieces. And it does become confusing. And it's very evident from them even getting Cortland Henry's name wrong, which is literally a co-defendant. So he's one of the main names, the main people that are also involved in being accused of this murder. And they can't even recall his name. So I can see them being very confused in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to ask for more of the testimony from other witnesses. And also, we have to mention the prosecution had 27 witnesses. So to remember all the members of YNW, and then their adjacent friends like Fredo Bang, and then also all the 27 people that the prosecution put on the stand, it can be a lot for a jury.
It is a lot, and there are a lot of names. So I could totally see them getting the last name, Cortland Sutherland versus Cortland Henry mixed up. Terry, that brought a question to my mind. Were any of these jurors, or I don't even know, were they allowed
No, I don't know if it was Brazil. It was definitely an island, but I know at one point he was in Brazil.
to take notes at all? And if so, did some of them take notes?
Yes, they were allowed, Anjanette, and yes, some of them did take notes. Not many, though. You can't really see below the rail, but I know for a fact because they're leaving their notes down, I would say probably 4 of them are taking notes at this point, and perhaps they didn't catch the name. I mean, Mina is absolutely positively correct. If you don't have that list written down and you don't have the alternate names written down that each of them has, I think it's very hard to follow, and so I think altogether, all of them deliberating may not have had that full name. And remember, his name is Cortland and Bortland and, Henry. So he's got multiple names. And so it may have been difficult for the jury to remember.
And just speaking from personal experience, I found myself going back to the testimony. I found myself going back to a lot of the testimony and re-listening, and they don't have that advantage. So I can see them being very confused by just listening to the testimony once.
Yeah, I always do that too. Like at night, I'll go back sometimes and listen to it again. I just make sure I didn't miss anything and that I heard everything right. So they do not have that advantage, and it's tough. Our next question comes from Facebook. Michael Asti Bryce asks, I have 2 questions. So we've got a twofer for you, Michael Bryant. If the defendant is found guilty, what charges would Cortland Henry face? And secondly, do lawyers get paid extra for a win in court?
That's interesting. I guess let me answer the second question first. It kind of depends, because in civil cases, a lot of cases are contingent, and a win generally means you're going to get a bigger share of money from the win. Criminal cases, not so much. You may get more hourly fees as a result of some work that you've done. And a lot of folks who are paid hourly charge a certain amount up to trial, and then at trial, the fee goes up, the hourly rate goes up. But it's not necessarily tied to a win or a loss. You can still pay the same amount if you lose. What was the first part of the question? It was, the charges that Cortland might face. Well, we know he's now basically looked at as an accessory after the fact, although I think he is also charged with the first-degree murder. It's almost under a felony murder analysis there, because there were murders that took place while he was in the car. I don't think they're going to put the gun in his hand. So the biggest claim against him, and it relates to that hospital statement the jury was waffling about whether they wanted to see or not, is what part he might have played in any cover-up. If the drive-by shooting was just a cover-up, what did he have to do with that? I think his concern, if the jury, especially if they convict Melly, his concern is going to be as an accessory after the fact. If they acquit Melly, that may change the dynamic a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see what, if any, other charges might be leveled against him. It'll be very interesting.
I'm going to take this next question because I can do it really quickly. So from YouTube, Team Pretty 20 asks, how much time is he looking at for manslaughter? If he is convicted of manslaughter, that lesser included offense, it's a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison, and then I believe something like a $10,000 fine. So we'll knock that one off the list. Nicalia Lancaster from YouTube, Mina, asks, what would be the reasoning for them wanting to hear Mr. Glass's testimony?
It was very crucial. I mean, this is where we found out that Melly was at Fredo's house after the alleged murder. This is where we found out that Melly had a change of clothes and he had shorts on. It was very crucial and important. And it was also our first time hearing from someone that was actually there the day of the crime. He was in the studio they were all in. He could testify and speak to the fact that there was no conflict in the studio. That was actually a question that I had. What happened in the studio? Did anything happen in the studio that led to some kind of conflict that could have resulted in these two young gentlemen being murdered? I wanted to know that, and he provided those answers. He said there was no conflict in the studio. People were sleeping. That's why we left. This is also the first time that we find out that it's a 12-hour prepaid studio session, which to me is very...
Y'all gonna be mad as shit when there's no verdict today.
Very important, because to me it says Melly went in...
Keep in mind, the people on the jury, if there's no verdict today, the whole weekend, no phones, no TV, no computers, no nothing. They can't talk to nobody on the outside all weekend. So if the verdict does come today, it's because of that. They want to enjoy their weekend. They want to get this shit out the way, but I highly doubt it.
Into that studio that day to be there for 12 hours. So now I'm questioning, was this premeditated? Because it was a prepaid 12-hour studio. So his testimony was very crucial, and it allows us to go to that day and go in that studio and see what happened and see how Travion Glass recalled Melly's movements even after the alleged murder.
All right, keep the questions coming to us, and we'll take more of them when we come back. Throw them to us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok, and Facebook, and we'll get to them when we get back. I'm Anjanette Levy. You're watching Law and Crime.
Police have not confirmed the identity of the victim yet, but a source close to the family confirms with us a well-known Philly rapper lost his son last night. Tributes are pouring in for the 25-year-old known as YNG Cheese. Police say one man died and two others were hurt in the shooting on Masher Street in Olney. It happened before 8:30 last night. They say the victim was shot once in the back. NBC 10 has confirmed that victim is son of longtime Philly rapper Gilly the Kid. His podcast co-host posted a tribute to Young Cheese on Instagram that now has nearly 73,000 likes. Fans say he was a promising young rapper looking to follow in his father's footsteps. So far, police have not released any victim description. They haven't made any arrests. Reporting from police headquarters, Brenna White, NBC 10 News.
It's a damn shame, man. No father should have to bury their kid.
Philadelphia police, they are investigating a deadly shooting in Albany.
As much as they do for the city, man, as much motivation and hope they give, man, and they go kill Cheese.
It is the son of rapper and podcaster Gilly the King. It's his
That's a
oldest
damn
son.
shame, man.
So this all happened around.
You can't
8
do shit
o'clock
for niggas.
On the 5800 block of Masher Street, the 25-year-old rapper.
You can't do
was
shit for
rushed
niggas,
to the
man.
hospital where he died, shot in the back. Other 2 men.
You
also
can't
shot.
motivate
They
niggas.
are now in
It's like
No
either
arrests have
it's
been
built in you or it ain't.
So we know that he
You
is,
can't.
like I said, the oldest son
You just
of
like I
Gilly the
told
King.
y'all earlier. You gotta just get it. You gotta get out the way of niggas,
They're
man.
constantly seen together while on Gilly the King. He wrote this.
It's much positive energy and the stuff Wallow and Gilly do for the community, and y'all go kill his son.
Beyond life. I have your father. I got your father, Westwell.
You can't motivate niggas. It's either niggas got it or they don't. You can tell a nigga something one or two times, but
Gun violence.
to think niggas is just gonna change,
No one is immune to it.
hate
It's affecting
niggas,
so many of our
man.
young people and affecting this city.
I hate you niggas.
I think that's the truth. I think we'll have to keep tackling this issue.
We've now learned a rap artist was killed in a triple shooting in Philadelphia's
He saw a lot
Albany
of potential,
section.
too.
It happened at Masher Street and Nitro Avenue at 8:30 last night. 25-year-old Devin Spady, also known as rap artist Young Cheese, was shot in the back and died at the hospital. Spady is the son of rapper Gilly the King. 2 others were wounded. Those were both men. They're in stable condition. Police found a Mercedes with its engine running about a block away. They're now pulling it out.
Welcome back, and thanks for being with us here on Law and Crime as we take your questions in the YNW Melly double murder trial. That jury.
Somebody said I sound like Vlad in his bedroom at night. Y'all niggas is crazy. Hey Sean, that's the Charleston White and you talking. I hate you niggas.
That shit for days, bro.
I gotta bring Charleston White back. Oh.
All this in my mouth. I got shit for days, bro. Still got all kind of shit I ain't woke yet. I ain't wear none of this shit yet. Clay, whole starting 5.
This nigga Boosie is
BG
him.
got something to be. BG won't tell y'all about that shit. I ain't even know all this shit.
Nah, where you at?
Blame the streets, bro. Streets still with that guy.
Man, how far are you?
Come on, man. I thought that nigga stood up for the street, man.
Oh, all right, bet.
I was f***ing with that nigga, man. I wish I could take this ass off Rocket Man now. Shit. No loyalty, no principles over money, man. I mean, money can make you do anything, bro. The biggest rat in the world pay you $1 million to sell your soul. You a sucker for 20 million, nigga.
Hold on, let me go to this. Let me go to this shit.
Boosie is highly upset.
I wonder how all them
6ix9ine on the way.
Said,
and this is what Boosie.
And
Kodak not a real street nigga.
I wonder how all them
It's so many rules in the street.
I know
it's so many rules
up right now.
The real Benjamin was good.
Florida up right now.
There's so many rules in the street now.
This ain't got no morals, don't got no principles. Damn. Thought that little was like that, bro.
It's no like no
at all.
As you can see, Boosie is highly upset after seeing Kodak Black in a picture with Tekashi 6ix9ine. That's right, y'all. Apparently 6ix9ine and Kodak have some new music on the way, and Boosie is not feeling it. Especially knowing Boosie considers himself the voice of the streets, on top of the fact that Kodak Black is one of the hottest artists out right now in the rap game. You can understand why Boosie and many others who come from the streets are highly upset with Kodak doing the record with 6ix9ine. Now, remember, it was said that 6ix9ine was having trouble securing features from credible artists in the rap game after he decided to take the stand against Treyway. And yet, here we are. Kodak Black and Tekashi 6ix9ine, new music on the way. Alright, now, of course, the question is, will this feature, right, this feature from Kodak Black, actually help 6ix9ine in his rap career, right? A lot of people say he's fell off. I'm one of those people, to be honest. These past couple years.
Fuck am I watching? Oh yeah, here you go.
Oh man. The rap game is done. I blame the streets, bro. Cause that nigga Kodak stand up for the streets, bro, you know. A lot of street niggas look up to that nigga, bro. I blame the streets, bro. If the streets fuck with
Kodak
that nigga,
definitely going through something.
Music
He's
again, I blame the
going through
streets.
something mentally.
If Florida fuck with that
Kodak,
nigga,
what Kodak
I
need to
blame
do?
the streets, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all what Kodak Black need to do. Kodak Black need to watch. Just listen to me. And y'all share this. Y'all tell Kodak Black this, right? This what Kodak Black need to do to get back on track. I'm talking about that early Kodak, right? Kodak Black need to let me manage him for one tape. Let me manage him for one album. Let me manage Kodak for one album, right? This what I'll do with Kodak. If I was to manage Kodak, I can't speak for nobody else, but if I was to manage Kodak, this what I would do. I go back, get all them old producers from 2014, 15, 16. This what I would do. I go back and get all them old producers. I lock Kodak in the studio for 6 months. Get off social media. Get off all that shit. We not doing shows. We not doing none of that. We locked in the studio. We locked in the studio. We in boot camp, nigga. You got 5 producers. We about to cook up Institution 2. We about to cook up Institution 2. No features. We're gonna cook up Institution 2. No features. Hold on. We're gonna cook up Institution 2. No features. No features. 15 records. Institution. We're gonna give y'all Institution 2. No features. I guarantee you,
I guarantee you, he's gonna deliver some of the best music. The best music. Back to that storytelling shit, man. All pain, all hard shit. That's what I would do with Kodak Black. Get him on track. Get his mind right. Get him away from everybody. Remember how Kanye was in Montana or Iowa somewhere? We going this way. We getting you away from everybody. We locking in. We in boot camp. Institution 2. Institution 2. That's what I would do. No features. Fuck all that industry shit. Kodak don't mix well with industry. It just don't look right. Institution 2 is what I would do. That's how I would play it if I was the manager.
I blame the streets, bro, you know. That nigga supposed to stand up for the streets, bro. A lot of street niggas fucked me up, bro. I was a Kodak fan, bro, you know. That nigga fucked me up. I ain't lying. You ain't got no principles, man. You ain't got... If any city fuck with you, on the street niggas fuck with you, all them niggas who look up to you in the streets, who really in the streets, putting it down on niggas and listening to your music, letting you guide them through their struggle. If them niggas fuck with you again, you gotta blame the streets, bro. Like, nigga fuck me up, bro, you know. Money ain't gonna make you sell your mark. Nigga, you gonna make millions any kind of way. Nigga, you famous, nigga. Niggas don't have no morals, you know. If money make you sell your soul like that, biggest rat in the world, bro. Like, $1 million, 2, 3 million, 4 million, it don't matter. You do that, you'll take a dick for 30 million. You'll put a dick in your mouth. If money make you do that, behind closed doors, if a nigga offer you 30 million, you'll put that dick in your mouth, nigga.
Man, this trial is dragging it, man.
What's this?
Okay, this was going on today. This was going on today. I didn't even expect this. This what I get handed today. The butter bucks. I just get some butter bucks.
What made you take it out? Got me some Butterbucks today. Man, the verdict party gonna last a week. We gonna be streaming all week long. Oh, it's this camera. I'm tripping. Butterbucks, my bad. My bad, y'all. I'm at the wrong. I got some Butterbucks today. We're gonna be streaming all week. The raffle today, somebody's going home with the raffle. Somebody's going home with the Scat Pack. And it's gonna be lit, man. Hella content coming soon. Got the new podcast coming. It's gonna be totally different from everybody else's podcast. Like the direction I'm going is gonna be totally different. Cause I feel like everybody else is kind of going the same way with it. We're gonna add some flair to it. I love what FYB J-Man is doing, man. Like how could you? How could you hate J-Man, man? Somebody that is trying to make it out.
To pull a tray, you feel me? It hit different.
J-Man just trying to make it out. I love it.
It hit different. So, long story short, keep in mind.
I love Quilly. Quilly, I need on the podcast. Joey Jihad and Quilly, I want to put them both on the podcast together.
Feud,
sit on the couch together.
Because when you in tour with family members,
Joey Jihad and Quilly will be fucking
different. So I see
classical. That shit will be the craziest shit.
Just came
Joey Jihad and Quilly got on the podcast.
It hit different. So J Mane at this time, I ain't from O Block, but I wanted my get back. It hit different when you want your get back after somebody come through and it hit different. So I check. In the club on phone number, I got them members with me. Do your homework on FYBJ Main having members with him, bro. It hit different. Long live Motor, BD Motor. It hit different when it's BD Motor I was with, bro. It hit different. So now we in the club, bro, on phone number, doing us on phone number. Motor in there, throwing up the trays. Do your homework on throwing up the trays with one hand and cracking them with the other, like this. It hit different.
What does that mean?
That mean you BD, but you BDK, bro. It hit different, bro.
Okay.
So Motor in there, we in Deja Vu. On phone number. Me and Motor on phone number. One of the other guys on phone number. It hit different. Nah, all I know on bro, I guess, we get a little whisper. A little birdie must tell us in the club, hey, J-Man, your cousin in here, Lil Reese. Now, at this time of my life, I'm still on the BS that I used to be on, Sean. I ain't this changed man that y'all see in front of me with this HIV shirt on, bro.
Yeah, we're going to get to that for sure, because that's crazy.
Him, bro. So.
And, you seem like a pretty chill dude, man. A lot of the shit that people say about you online, I don't see that side of you, man. I see a real calm, smart, patient, and somebody who's really trying to make it in this rap shit. I don't see all the negatives.
Away, man. You bullshitting with time, man.
You feel like it's like a misunderstanding or like you misunderstood or some sort?
Yeah.
I feel like if I am, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you won't. Type of thing.
Yeah, because I've done my research over the past week, and I've done my homework, like FYB say, and
You know, it's just all these different documentaries on YouTube about you. Do you watch that shit?
Yeah, I be watching it. A lot of people be sending it to me.
How accurate is that stuff?
Probably, man. A lot of that stuff just be made up. I don't know. It depends. I really don't know. It's so many.
Now, speaking of FYBJ, man, we did an interview, went crazy. I mean, he put you on a pedestal, which got, you know, me and you on the phone, and he called you John Wick, and he even told stories about several nights in different situations. How credible was the FYBJ, man, interview, and when it came to your name?
Listen. J-Man is a comedian, man. You can't take nothing he say serious. My nose, he said my nose gone. So come on, man. What he say? My nose gone. Lil Durk signed him. So, you know, he's just a comedian. I don't even take it as no offense or nothing. I look at it, he's just trying to do his thing. You feel me? But you can't believe nothing he say. Nothing.
Because for a minute, you know, I wanted to reach out. I told you this on the phone. I wanted to reach out to you.
Those things do sort of favor the prosecution. But when we heard the testimony of Travion Glass, one of the things that went through my mind was they're probably trying to determine his credibility. And like Michael said, most of the time he said, I don't know, I don't remember, or nothing is going to refresh my recollection. The only piece of information that he really did say in my mind is that clothing. I don't think he really seemed as though he knew what was going on after, you know, the shooting and whether or not Melly came back to Melly's house. He knew Melly came back to Frito Bang's house, but it didn't seem clear to me when they read back whether he went to his own house. So I think all in all, it's probably a wash. We'll see if they ask any more questions about testimony. And again, I agree with Michael. If they ask about Adrian Davis, then that is telling you that they're trying to figure out who's telling the truth, and they see that as two pieces of very crucial information.
Mm-hmm. Michael, really briefly, we have to hit this break here in about 30 seconds. Ebony Palmer from YouTube asked if Melly was found guilty, does he still have a chance for an appeal, even though earlier the judge asked him if he was satisfied with his lawyer's performance, and he said yes.
Yeah, he'll have lots of appellate rights, and even the ineffective assistance of counsel, which is what that judge note alludes to, you could still make that argument, even though it was a weird thing to ask in open court there, I have to say. Won't affect him, though. He'll have plenty of opportunities.
Things always come up on appeal. You know, they get new information or what have you. The appellate lawyers, if they are different, will find other information maybe that the defense attorneys at trial ignored. So you just never know. All right, guys, we're going to take your questions after the break for a little bit here. So stay with us. I'm Anjanette Levy. You're watching Law and Crime. We'll be right back after this break.
All these breaks, bro. What y'all want me to look up now? Sean, you got the music game, you doing houses and what about you getting the tech world? Let me show you my application, job at Fritz Ver. Let's get it, baby. Yo, DM me on Instagram, my personal, Sean_Cotton. I'm doing it all, man, from fucking real estate to everything. Weed farm, everything, bro. So let's get it. Fritz Ver. Let me see what you about, man. The raffles tonight at 11 p.m. with the giveaway. Now, I did Lil J's interview when he came home. That interview did millions, like 10 to 20 million. Once you add it all up, and you know, I remember me and you did an interview
and you said if you were a millionaire, you would have bailed him out of jail. And his bond was $80,000, and Lil J felt some type of way because you didn't bond him out of jail. And his bond was $80,000. You were still an upcoming rapper. You didn't have any hit records yet, but yeah, that kind of rubbed Lil J the wrong way.
Yeah, and it rubbed me the wrong way when I found out a nigga PC'd himself and got a nigga got his name tatted on him. I said, and Lil J is from a whole different side of where I'm from. I am not FBG. I love you, dog. I'm not FBG. I used to live with Billionaire Black. Billy is my fucking heart. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Lil J, when I found out that you PC'd yourself and all that shit, nigga, for once, I don't owe you a dime. Let's get that clear. I got 3 kids. I don't owe you shit. You never did a song me. You never did shit for me. You was selfish. You was real selfish about Billionaire and Duck. So that's, I'm glad.
Okay, paparazzi Paul. What's up, baby?
So, for once, all that shit, coming home doing all that shit, want to get clout. That nigga is a clout chaser, bro, on my son. And all, and say, geez, I should say, geez, Sean, you know, I don't talk about niggas, bro. But that was so fool on my son. You was lame. Only nigga I fuck with Duck and Billy, nigga. I slept on Billionaire Flow. His mama cooked meals for me. I love Billionaire. That's my boy, nigga, my OG. Lil J, when I found out you PC'd yourself and you turned gay, got niggas sucking. Oh, what the fuck? And you're dead. Fuck up out of here, boy. I'm phone them grave. On phone grave, your ass a whole trinity. Your ass got niggas tattooing your name on it, you ain't in jail. Only on top of that, you PCing yourself. Fuck up out of here, bro. You from Chicago, you PC yourself, your ass is a whole rook. On to something else, Sean. I don't want to talk about that rook ass nigga.
You bring the liquor, you bring the bottles. Come on, man, it's the YNW Melly Verdict party. It's lit.
So 6
Yeah, he had to go
on this. What are you demonstrating?
This is a demonstrative photo.
Hey man, we had the YNW Melly.
An individual is seated in the rear passenger seat behind the driver would be able to obtain a shot into the front seat passenger.
Man, this shit really.
In terms of the
This shit really
that are in this car, how are they attired?
What camera you on? Mr. Williams had.
And sorry, can you clarify on that one? The people that are pictured in the photo, what do they have on to protect the scene?
They're in Tyvek.
Okay.
Somebody said I only got bleezies.
So going on to this next photo, what are you documenting here?
It is a photo from the other side of the vehicle.
So how you watching the live?
Nah, it ain't. They on a break right now. This is what I do.
So they was reading. They was reading. Remember I was telling you. I was watching a little bit of it. Remember I was telling you that if they found them not guilty, they could still hit him with a manslaughter.
Nah, but see what it is.
Or they can charge the other nigga.
Threads and TikTok, and we'll get to as many of them as we can. We have so many platforms now, hard to keep track of them all. Our next question for our guest comes from Ty from YouTube. Do you think the jury will have a hard time with the conviction, given the fact that the state never put the gun in Melly's hand? So, Mina, I'll send that over to you.
I think they're doing a good job of building what they think happened, even without the gun. I think that recreation was really critical with that. It kind of depends on what you want to believe, right? Do you want to believe that the medical examiner and the recreation of the crime scene? Do you want to believe that? Do Do you want to believe some of the people that are witnesses? Particularly Adrian Davis, who says that Melly wasn't even in the car. I think it just really comes down to what you remember. There's so much information. We're getting text messages and pictures and contradictory witnesses. And it's hard to keep track of, especially as we mentioned with all the names. So I think this really comes down to what do you remember and what makes sense to you? What's plausible? What's not plausible?
For sure. I think a lot of niggas took it.
Makes sense. I think that's a perfect answer, Mina. Let's get to our next question. Get Black with Me from YouTube. Do you think since there was no weapon found that the jury might pick the manslaughter charge, Terry?
Justice for certain shit, sometimes y'all don't.
Well, I think there hasn't been a theory put forth for that manslaughter charge. We know that the prosecution asked for the charge. It's a lesser included charge for the murder charge for that first-degree premeditated murder. And I think it was done to sort of have an alternate theory for that jury to consider. But even during the closing argument by Bradley, she basically said there's nothing here to show or to support the manslaughter charge. So I don't think the jury is going to get to that issue. I think it's either going to be that first degree murder, or I don't think they're going to have any theory for that manslaughter. Remember, you don't have to intend to kill someone for manslaughter. You have to have an intentional act that ends up in causing the death of the victim. But what would that intentional act be? Were they playing with the gun and they shouldn't have been pointing it? None of that has been established in the trial, so I don't think they're going to get to that. And I think the absence of a gun in general isn't going to really affect that manslaughter charge at all. And Anjanette, I just got a message that there is another jury question that just came out. They haven't announced it yet, but I just thought I'd let you and the viewers know that.
Oh, thank you for that update, Terry. You're so on top of it down there. I'll be interested to see what that question is. Do you have any feeling or do you see any movement around there, letting us know potentially whether or not this question will be read soon? I assume all of the lawyers are just kind of hanging out around there waiting for either a question or a verdict or what have you.
Well, that's right. I mean, initially the judge said 45 minutes, then he changed it to 30 minutes to come back. And I saw the defense team say, look, what's the time frame? Because you said 30, but you were ready before that. So they are hanging by the courtroom very closely, and they are down there now. I don't think they've read it off. I will also say, Anjanette, as we were leaving, there was another jury question that we haven't even talked about besides the testimony readback. And the jury wanted to know the exchange rate for meters to feet, and the attorneys all agreed and the judge agreed that they should just let their recollection of what that testimony was just serve as the answer to that question. The answer hasn't been given back to them, but they will be told whatever you remember, that's what we should go with here. They're not reading anything back for that. So this next question could relate to that, or it could be something totally new, but we should see that shortly.
Wow. This takes me back to running track in high school. 1,600 meters was a mile, 4 laps around the track. 400 meters was a quarter mile. We'll see what happens with all of that. Maybe somebody back there ran high school track. Let's get to this next question. This comes from Malcolm Chandler from YouTube. Michael Bryant, 100K track. This is Melly's manager. His phone and Melly's phones were both together on Pembroke and US 27, the crime scene. Is this why he turned in the phone to avoid accessory after the fact? We had that testimony about him having possession of Melly's phone and later turning it over to law enforcement who had a warrant.
Well, it was a good idea. And what his motivation to do it was, who knows? But yeah, it's certainly an important piece of evidence. Those phones, they've been quite the headache in this case. And so, yeah, I think it's just common sense. Unless he's trying to hide something, why not turn over that phone?
Black women hate black niggas more than anything.
Yeah, most certainly. And they had that warrant. I read some court documents about the whole thing, too. It was pretty wild. Let's get to our next question. Gavin _Davis 43 from Instagram. Actually, I'm going to skip that one for you, Mina. I don't like that one for you. Let's send you something else. Reebok from TikTok asks, "Hi, Law and Crime Network. Do you think that the prosecution is relying on witness statements? How do you view it, Mina? I mean, we heard testimony from many witnesses in this case."
I think they're just throwing it out and see what sticks. They're just basically putting everything out there and anything that they have. So I don't think they're relying too much on witness statements. I think they have a plethora of evidence, and it's all different. You have medical examiners, you have people talking about cell phone data. You have the recreation of the actual car. And then you have an eyewitness.
Track turned his phone
and then you have the lead detective. So I think they have a variety of different things that they've presented in order to try to, secure their guilty verdict.
Mm-hmm. Reba05.
My bad, y'all. This is my
Twitter.
first time
I think we've heard from Reba before as well. If the jury is asking about non-witnesses, could that result in a mistrial? I think she means, Terry, the fact that they asked about the name mixed up. Probably a mix-up of names, but if the non-witness has a connection to Melly and the person was not mentioned during the trial, then it seems a juror may have been doing the outside research. So could this whole name mix-up thing cause a mistrial?
I don't think it could cause a mistrial here because it seems fairly definitive that the name that they came up with, this Cortland Sutherland, was not a real person. So I don't think anybody was doing any research. No one got some other names from the outside. They came back and said, oh, we meant, Cortland Bortland Henry. So they just basically got the name wrong. And just getting the name wrong isn't a reason for a mistrial. It was clarified. That's the purpose of having these questions. You don't hear everything all the time. Even with 12 people deliberating, not everybody gets everything. So the system allows them to ask questions, and then the judge will talk to the attorneys and they'll figure out what the answer should be. So I don't think in this instance getting that name wrong means anything at all, except somebody didn't hear, or many people didn't hear exactly what it was. So no mistrial for that.
Mm-hmm. Let's get to another question here. We got a lot of really good ones coming in. Chosen One on YouTube. Why were the messages stating they killed all of them already, and the picture was a target over his face never investigated? Could lead to the shooter. So Chosen One, Michael, is asking about messages stating they killed them in the picture with a target over his face. They had talked about
Counsel, after we went to lunch, I received one message from the jury signed by the foreperson, and it basically is the boxes checked, requested new evidence, Eisen rescind previous request, goes on stage, jurors who requested to, wanted to hear the testimony of Michael Kelly, have rescinded their request. We apologize for any inconvenience, so they don't read back to Mr. Kelly.
So y'all answer me this, right?
Second thing is,
if 8 people said he's guilty
there, I guess,
out of the 12, that means he's guilty. That's what y'all are telling me.
He received from not the foreperson, but a short note in his folder.
So all 12 people don't have the same guilt.
That's what your thing says. Are we allowed to have Apple Watches? Someone has one. It's not signed or anything, but that was the message that was passed to me. And that's why when we got the message, I try to get everybody to come back to just talk about it.
Was that another jury? Oh, sure.
Yes, sir. We're going to wait for 1 second, so I want Gary and here.
Okay.
And we just want to respond to it.
The mic over here. Good look. Like ain't gonna weak over there.
I thought somebody Are you finna go to the gym?
At 2, and I gotta leave it in 30 minutes. 12 people have to agree on guilty or not guilty, or it's a hung jury.
Not in this case, but I'm telling you.
Defendant, this counsel, the assistant state attorneys. So what I was sharing with you regarding the message that Gary advised me was that yesterday when we started, sent the jury to deliberations, Gary asked for all their electronic devices or phones, including smartwatches and Apple Watches. And in fact, one of the jurors has an Apple Watch and presented it to Gary, which he has it secured with all the other electronic devices. Is that correct, Gary?
Yes, sir.
And secondly, he's also indicated that when he viewed various jurors, he was unable or did not observe anybody wearing a smartwatch. Is that correct?
Correct.
So I don't know how you want me to handle this, and I guess that's one of the things you could talk over for a second amongst yourselves. And I also have a message here from the jury, another message. And it says, what if we can't come to a decision, question mark, everyone is stuck on which side they've chosen, signed by the foreperson.
So, I think we're prepared to the extent that the court is, I think we're prepared to offer our responses.
That's fine. If you're ready, Madam, you're ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
I know the court's not going to want to hear this, but with respect to the first of the notes.
Excuse me, when we talk about the notes, we're talking about the one.
Okay, the first would be the Apple Watch. Okay.
The individual juror.
Individual juror Apple.
Okay.
As far as that is concerned, my understanding of how Apple Watch works, at least how mine works, is that there has to be some proximity to a phone for it to provide access to the internet. I don't know if I'm wrong.
There are versions that selling and cellular capabilities outside of the phone.
All right, so I guess we need to inquire with respect to who that might be that has it. And it would just be, we would suggest that we identify who it is, we just retrieve it and keep it moving.
So I think on that, the whoever passed the note to your deputy, bring that potential particular juror out and ask who has it, so we actually know.
No, I wouldn't want to isolate them. I want to bring up the whole panel and have the court inquire as to whether or not anybody has any remaining electronic devices.
But as part of the course instructions in 3.13 indicate that if anyone becomes aware of a violation of these rules, which includes not having an electronic device, they must inform the court. I think for record purposes, we need to identify the person who has the Apple Watch and these people who we don't know whether there have been any other violations, perhaps someone looking up something online, unless we inquire further.
Thank you. You all done anything?
Well, two things, Your Honor. One, the person in passing up that note did abide by the court's instruction that Ms. Smith just referred to, but it doesn't say necessarily bring them out and single them out and expose them as a snitch. and I think we're jumping the gun by suggesting that if we find that somebody had an Apple Watch, they need to be removed from the room. The Apple Watch needs to be removed from the room. Is that what you're saying? Okay, well, we concur in that respect as far as this one.
This is my thought, respectfully. I just bring the jury in as a group, just let them know I have a message. This is, are we allowed to have an Apple Watch if someone has one? I don't know if this, when they're talking about it, one of the jurors does have an Apple Watch, but it was taken away, or not taken away, but they presented to Gary when he asked for it. the other day before the jury went into deliberations, he goes in and just retrieved all the phones and electronic devices, and they presented to us. So maybe that, and I'll ask.
Y'all want us to do an Earl Smith watch party?
Now or anything like that, a small watch. And we'll see what the response is. If they say they know the watch party, smart watch.
That's gonna be a good fight, man. Who you got?
Where we go from there. But I'm going to ask the jury as a whole.
A lot of people going for spin.
Your Honor, with respect to that, the only suggestion that I would make would be for the court to inquire if anybody does have an Apple Watch. When they go back to the room, please give it to Gary, as opposed to them feeling castigated in front of the public.
I still need to know, though, if somebody has a watch and they give it to Gary,
who it is.
I need to know, make sure they haven't used it. Because he specifically, I instructed them they can't have it back. I don't know that I ever talked about smart watches or Apple Watches per se, but I know
So
the standard
jury, does that work in his favor?
They can't have electronic devices, phones, cell phones, any electronic device have to be left here in the courtroom. He collects everything, so, and he has it stored. So let me just take it one step at a time, and we'll see what they say, and then if we need to inquire further, we'll talk about it. Okay, all right?
We'll put that in the story.
Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry.
The third?
I got another one. Another question.
Your Honor, at that point, I think it's appropriate to read the Allen charge based on that specific comment. I can print copies for the court and counsel.
Well, it says here, what if we can't come to a decision? Doesn't mean they're at an impasse now. Everyone is stuck on which side they've chosen. So if they say they can't reach a decision, that's one thing. But this doesn't really
So
say.
everyone is stuck on which trial which side they say.
What if?
I'm tripping. Everybody's stuck on which side they chose.
What if meaning, what is the procedure that we follow now that we are in that place, as opposed to what if that eventually happens? So we interpret it a little bit differently, Your Honor. As to what we should do about it, I'd like to confer with co-counsel. As to the other note, this is the part that I know the court's not going to like too much. We have made taken a position that the statements that were requested at the same time and should be read back at the same time. Now we've received a situation, or now we've come to a situation where testimony that by a state witness was put on, and I know we're reading tea leaves, but because we're in that position, we need to account for every eventuality and possible scenario. I would hate for it to be that the jury that has now rescinded its request for the other testimony has done so because they have now been either browbeaten or convinced of a certain position because they lacked the ammo in terms of Kevin's testimony to retort. So I know that forcing the jury now to read a transcript which they have said they don't need might not be optimal. And so in order to preserve our objection, I would not propose that, but I would move for this on that basis.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So there's a motion for Ms. Brown to stay
I want to make sure I understand. The motion for Ms. Brown based on the jurors rescinding their request?
That's the way I understand.
Well, it's based on the fact that we did not provide them the two statements at the same time, and now a request has been made to rescind, the request to see one of them has been rescinded. So it's not the fact that they have rescinded, it's the fact that the court denied our motion to read them at the same time, and now that has resulted in them rescinding the request for one. So that's the basis, to be complete.
Back to my question, stay with the response.
No, not manifest necessity.
Thank you. Motion denied. All right, so what I'm going to do then is, and what do you want to do about the Allen charge? Is the state agreeing that my understanding is defending?
We've asked them to print it out so we can look at the Allen charge, if they could, and then we need a few moments to discuss it with the court's permission. I'm sorry.
I'll print it now if that's okay. I just want to formalize it.
That's all fine, well and good. That's fine. Go ahead. We'll be in recess.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sean been at it since 9.
Damn. So, look, y'all. About to get out of here. I don't think it's gonna be a verdict today. You think so?
I mean, probably, they got like 5, but yeah, don't probably won't be no time soon.
So we're gonna start back Monday. If anything pop up, we're gonna get back on. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been sticking with me for like 4 hours. Podcast coming soon. Man, rest in peace to Sack and Juvie, man. This shit is crazy. Everybody.
There released another video King Von fighting.
Another one?
I would be a little concerned, and I don't think the prosecution made their case, so I'm actually not surprised.
So, Miguel, with so much evidence to go over, we know they asked for the readback of Trevion Glass, very important character who was there that night in one car, doesn't remember anybody switching cars. That is critical for the defense analysis. They focused on a couple of other minor things, but does that tell you anything when you put that together with this latest question about, hey, what if we can't come to a decision?
Look, I think it seems like it's premature, right? Because we're only about 6 hours and change into the deliberations, and they're already asking a question like that. And they had testimony read back to them, and so I think they're
Am I still
need to
alive?
go back and deliberate more. I think this is premature.